All right,
Hey,
now rolling. Welcome to Irongeek cast number 92. How do you pronounce that? Samhain?
Samhain.
Samhain.
The Celtic Halloween.
Oh.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone!
Anyway, welcome to the cast.
Yes, welcome.
I mean,
Halloween
I'm not
edition.
feeling particularly good, but we are here.
Yes. Yes. In my Charlie XCX voice. Boom! Clap!
You know, one of the worst things about losing my wallet is all the lockpicks I'm missing now.
Aww.
Yeah. Well,
Ethan wants to be on the cast.
Yeah, I'm quickly selectively muting. So, what'd you say, Adrian, about losing your wallet?
Yeah,
That
go ahead.
sucks?
Which means I lost a lot of my small lockpicks.
Oh, yeah, that would suck.
Ethan's sad for you.
He is.
Thank you. Got my new wallet, got my credit card canceled, got a new driver's license. Well,
Awesome. Hey, teammate. Hey, teammaker 502. FK Lago.
Guys, welcome to Babies Are Crying. Not Babies Are Us, it's Babies Are Crying.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, F King Lago and Teammaker 502? Ow! Welcome to the party.
Yeah,
What's up,
between Israel and Charles, I've got 2 reasons why I never have kids. Thank you very much.
Wait. Do you hear?
Really?
Oh, okay. I can fix that. Bum, bum.
Okay, so I had it actually on my system's internal microphone. It's now to the headset. We should be good.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I've been going clicky, and apparently that clicky wasn't working. So
Yeah.
No muty.
yeah, so mute works now.
For life.
Awesome.
I'm mute
Yeah,
for
watching.
life.
Yeah.
It's like
No, I'm
blind
sorry,
Panther, blind for life.
Yeah, I was watching NWL.
Not
for
really
life.
officers.
Whee! New World Order.
New World Order, come on.
Nice.
Yeah, I was watching I was having a moment. I was in my WCW days.
Oh,
New World Order.
Isn't that the trio on WWE right now?
Okay, T Maker says his migraine couldn't handle the cast. They need to keep having kids for us. Aw. Thank you.
That's right.
Hey, we're working on it, and if my wife has her way, we will repopulate the earth. So who knows?
Whoa.
Check.
And yes, I did just say that with her in the same room.
And by the way, his address is call the police in about 5 minutes. There's gonna be a body found.
You don't want a brother.
You know, there was an
Not yet.
interesting debate about that.
What's that?
About having multiple kids and, you know, the parental, you know, decision to have more kids or not.
Mm-hmm.
And one person, very, very wise person, brought up that they didn't understand why it's like they couldn't get the point across to the husband that having kids is painful. You know, to actually give birth to a child is a painful experience. So the question became this: what is more painful, giving birth to a child or getting kicked in the kid, getting kicked in the testicles,
In the nether regions.
Yes.
It's a tie.
Well,
From what I
it's not.
understand, giving birth to a child didn't that come out on top?
Well, the logic behind it is this: you will constantly find middle-aged women who say they want another kid, but you will never find a man who says, "I want another kick in the balls."
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Facts.
You will almost
So-
always hear, you know, so should we have another kid? But you'll never hear a guy say, "Hey, listen, I was just thinking, I'm getting on in years. Could you kick me in the nuts again?
Yeah, it's been
That is
quite
awesome.
a while, and I don't really remember what that experience felt like.
And T Maker says his girlfriend, on the other hand, says we'll stick with dogs.
Hey, T Maker.
Well,
That's because she's
bad
your
news
girlfriend
for
and
you.
not your wife yet.
Oh.
It changes.
Well, I got some bad
Yeah, it
news
does.
for you. You're
Yeah,
not
it
going to
does.
have kids doing that with a dog.
No.
And peanut butter.
Wow. And oh,
Oh, well,
we're
peanut
going in
butter.
a bad direction here.
I'm
So,
gone
okay.
for 1 week.
Okay. Let's welcome back 1 week, Mr. 1 Week. So let's rock out,
1 week.
get into these show notes, starting off with the breach report.
Breach report.
Yeah.
No shit.
Brought to you by Scooby Snacks.
Ruh-roh. Hey,
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
hey, Cappy, what happened to our intro music?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Honestly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Hold on a second. I got to adjust the intro music for you. Are you
I
ready?
bet
Oh,
you do.
no. What is this going to be? I'll explain why there wasn't intro music this week.
T Maker said, "Wow, don't make me come in there and derail." Woo!
Is it not coming through?
No.
It's very
No.
coming through.
Hey, don't worry, Jack.
Don't worry about it.
I'll
We're
do
gonna
it
rock out.
myself.
Damn it.
We're gonna rock out. Let's go.
There we go. Okay, so
On agrees.
first up on the breach report this week,
Yep.
we have Cathay Pacific got popped, and another one of these I've never heard of, but apparently they're fairly large overseas, and hackers were able to get into their systems, and like credit card side wasn't that impactful. Like 403 credit cards, and they didn't have the CVV number. That was like it on the credit card side, but on the PII side, we had 860,000 passport numbers.
Oh my God!
As well as 240 Hong Kong identity cards and all personal data that goes with the passports and identity cards. So that's a large chunk of data.
Yeah,
name,
yes,
nationality, date of birth, name, address.
Yeah, but
email,
too, I
telephone
mean,
numbers.
yeah, think about like here in the U.S. So 2020, we have the new flight restrictions starting with driver's license. Obviously, you can fly with a passport, but after 2020, they're starting to do the new enhanced security stuff. You have to get your driver's license, and then they mail it to you after it undergoes some type of a background check. We don't know the extent. They haven't publicly disclosed, as far as I know, what the extent of the background check is yet. But I mean, you can still fly with a passport, though. So passport fraud, all that fun stuff, could see that starting to happen, as well as obviously just the regular.
Happen more because that's already.
Well, yeah, it's already happening.
It's already happening
more.
And on top of that, you still got to get the Freedom Fondle.
Heck yeah, you do. I mean, that's really why you buy an airline ticket.
Yeah,
you get real lonely. You buy a flight. You buy a ticket.
Check a little closer. There really might be something in there. Keep looking.
There's a concealed weapon in my pants. No, I actually had a funny experience.
We won't go further with that one.
I had a funny experience.
That's assault with a dead weapon right there.
deadly weapon. I had a funny experience where TSA was actually helpful. So I forgot to take off my belt before going into through the big metal detector scanner thingy. And I noticed I still had my belt on, and I'm like, oh shit, is this gonna pop it? And the guy's like, maybe, do you know if it clears it? I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, just lift it up really far, lift your pants up really far, then we won't have to touch you. And I'm like, oh, thanks. So great tip for anyone else.
Wow, we can really see everything down there. and there's nothing there. Hey, P, play that again. What was that?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was getting through or not because my mixer was kind of messed up. This one was I was going to say for your theme music.
I thought I was going to say sweet.
Yellow snow and shop in a crowded mall. Even going near one gives me hives. So go right ahead and schedule me an enema so I don't have to go inside. And I'll buy all my gifts online at Amazon. They have everything so I don't have to shove bamboo underneath all my fingernails. That wouldn't feel too good, would it?
And that was the joke that killed the Amazon sweater man.
I like it.
Yes.
Yeah, schedule
All
me
right.
that enema. Okay, next up we have USGS, United States Geological Society, I think it is.
Yep.
And so in the notes, for everybody's benefit, I threw in there malware is pounding away. So the way that the malware, and Simone, yes, is nodding with us. The way that the malware was able to get into their network was due to one individual who was incessantly going to porn sites.
The devil, you say?
The devil, you say. And these said porn sites were infected with malware that they were serving up to the users. Never.
Feed my nipples!
So, somewhere in this article, I'm pretty sure it said something about over 1,000 porn sites that this guy was going to.
Yeah, I saw you.
That were infected with malware.
That's insane.
And then not only that, but and I'll just read the quote. Subsequently he saved the data to an unauthorized USB device and a personal Android cell phone. I mean, you can't take your laptop to the bathroom. That's a no-no.
Get the red flag.
Obviously, looking at porn at work wasn't that big of a deal, but you got to have that special bathroom time.
Well, you can't pound one out at your desk. Let's be realistic.
Why not?
It depends on the size and the office.
Yeah, when you work from home.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
come on. This is why you work from home.
Oh, that's not why you work from home.
And the thing is,
there are so many other benefits to working from home.
Yeah, but they're all sidelined. I mean, the ability to stand at attention, drop trowel, and salute the monitor at any given point got to be one of the major reasons to work from home. What, you're going to say I work from home because it's better for the economy? It's good for the environment? No, I want to be able to pound one out at lunchtime. 22, 14, 75, hut. I mean, bang.
To each their own. I mean, but granted, putting it in that type of an analogy, I'm figuring there's often times then that you fumble and times that you lose. So, if we're taking it there.
I don't know.
Sometimes, sometimes we might hit the goalpost. The thing is, it sounds exaggerated, like thousands of porn sites, but any connoisseur of network porn will tell you that you click on one thing and 50 things pop up.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like forcing you to go to chat rooms and fake chat bots and other that. And it's not unusual, it's not unheard of for malware to chain itself.
And that's an excellent thing to advise of pop-up blockers.
Well, if you're not running a pop-up blocker, you shouldn't be on the net.
If you're not running like a latest version of any browser, that it won't ask you before a pop-up happens, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, it's very, very true. When you're watching porn, only one thing should be popping up.
Phones, on the other hand, I will redact that statement because some default phone browsers will open up those pop-ups.
Yeah, and also you gotta reach up your nose to scratch your ass to get an ad blocker into an Android device. It is possible. It is possible, but it's a chore.
Yeah, not a full blown pop up blocker, but any.
No, I said an ad blocker, not a pop up blocker.
Or even I mean, yes and no.
I haven't seen a pop up on my phone.
Do you guys use Firefox Focus at all?
It's negative. I'm still writing Chrome.
Yeah, so like if whenever you use Firefox Focus, like automatically blocks cookies, tracking everything.
Yeah.
Deletes browser history. Does all the settings that normal Firefox you go in and blah 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 blah.
It's like InfoSec for hipsters.
Yeah, but it does all of it by default. But that's like, I mean, my main browser that I use on my phone.
I'll have to check that one out. Hopefully I have something for iOS, although I need to get a new phone, which will probably be a topic for next week.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that later in the episode here.
I got a Pixel 3 and I'm pretty happy with it. This time I got a case. I'm not happy with the fact I lost my fucking wallet and probably have $500 in it, but
damn.
Lockpick.
So in other news, I heard that Adrian lost his wallet. Has anybody else heard this? Is this true? Or is this
it is true. I've confirmed. It's
do you want some olives with your salt in your beer?
I like my olives in my martini.
Yes, I would.
Ah, there you go.
I do like olives and martinis.
Dude, actually, olives and beer is fairly good. I enjoy it.
Okay, so sidetrack real quick. Have any of you ever taken a Corona and thrown jalapeno juice into a Corona?
No, but it sounds like it would be better than Corona normally.
Yeah, I hate Corona, but throwing some jalapeno juice in there, I like Corona.
I've taken a Corona and thrown it.
Well, most people I think have done that.
I mean,
not the Dutch.
Yeah, listen. Let me have a Guinness, a Rolling Rock, and there's a fight going on over there. So give me 6 Coronas.
I just don't touch piss water.
They do make an extra sturdy bottle. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
No, the funny thing is, you say piss water as if beer is not piss water. I
mean, depends on the beer.
Depends. Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking like most IPAs, no.
Most light beers aren't that great. I mean,
but if you're talking a light beer,
but yeah,
99% of all domestic beers, yes, piss water.
Look, okay, you know what an IPA? IPAs just gives hipsters excuses to get their pinkies out when they drink.
Hey, IPAs were around before hipsters.
I've got my IPA over here, so you can have your lager over there and your beer over there. This is an IPA. It's a craft beer. You know what that means? That means I'm wearing my sister's jeans.
That's what Charles thinks of your anti-IPA rant. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a person drink an IPA?
Yes. Israel and I had one.
See that happen every freaking week on the cast.
It just says IPA on it.
Oh, but granted, I'm not a hipster.
I was going to give the benefit of the doubt that it was empty and you had filled it with vodka.
No. See, what regular beer is, like domestic beer, is once I've drank this, I actually get paid to go to a place down the street. Once I relieve myself, that's what they bottle, and that is then domestic beer. It's pretty awesome.
Nice.
And I get paid for it.
I drink IPAs just because they're usually high octane and can get me drunk on beer. But if I'm drinking something for flavor, I like there's something called a lambic, which is pretty good. It's like fermented with natural yeast that's in the air.
Yeah.
And apparently it's like made in places that have been doing it for years and years and years. So it's got its own natural biosphere going on there.
Well, y'all just forgive me if I sit here drinking whiskey, okay?
And see, I'm cool with whiskey. I'm good with wine. I'm not a huge white wine guy, though.
No, but I love coffee and whiskey. Oh,
yeah, that is good.
I love coffee and whiskey,
or espresso and whiskey.
If you want to feel the pain, okay, I've got this beautiful decanter bottle right here of limited edition Frank Sinatra release of Jack Daniels.
Ooh.
Now, see, I love Tennessee whiskey. Oh.
Frank Sinatra Select. This is some. Beautiful stuff.
Beautiful.
That sounds good.
It wasn't interesting Tennessee whiskey and just straight bourbon.
You know what?
It's
I
a
don't know the
composition.
difference.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Tennessee whiskey is usually corn mash. I think bourbon is something is usually wheat based.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
That sounds right.
I'm working on a new one where we get the tears of hipsters and we ferment that.
You'll just get
tears of
clear.
Hey, that's
in
already been done.
a roundabout way.
That's called Natty Light.
Here's the thing. In a roundabout way, we're all hipsters on this cast.
Bite
No.
your tongue.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, I am not a hipster. Heck no.
Shame for shame.
The only one that is close to that is me, and that's only because I have my hair in like a half man right now.
But let's you know what? What does hipster really mean? Tell me about it.
People who think they're cool for not being cool. It's weird.
They invent the most uncool way of being cool, and a lot of times it's partly cultural appropriation.
Really,
because they wear the big old clumpy boots and the flannel t-shirts, but they can't even lift a log.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
I mean, it's a combination of living in the woods wearing your sister's jeans.
Oh, actually, I don't know any hipsters who live like in a rural area. Like all of them are urban.
Right, but they certainly dress it, don't they?
Yes, 100%. Like try to look like a tight jean
I had this guy
lumberjack.
Right, levels to hipster.
We had this guy in San Francisco who looked just like a lumberjack, dressed like one big old beard, Paul Bunyan looking son of a bitch, right?
Except he had tight jeans on though.
Right? And I go up to him and I order a Jack Daniels, and he goes, "And what?" And I'm like, "In the glass." I mean, what is wrong with you? And he's like, "Oh, you're not going to drink that straight, are you?" That's nasty. You got to mix it with something. Are you going to chase it with something?
Mix it with more Jack.
Put it in the fucking bottle. Put it in the glass, you cultural appropriation motherfucker. Get the hell away from me.
I have something for this, and I will be right back.
Inventor of hipsterdom. I looked that up, and it's a strange result, all things considered.
What was that, Adrian?
Oh, I did a search for inventor of hipsterdom.
Okay.
And Gavin McInnes comes up, and Gavin McInnes is kind of. I definitely say hipster is fucked back in the early 2000s, 90s, and now he's a conservative commentator on a lot of shit that likes to troll the fuck out of people. Think of a straight up version of Milo Yiannopoulos.
Ah, okay.
Though he has hit Milo on the lips before. I watched that.
Milo, never mind.
But then again, Vice Magazine did at one time market itself to hipsters, I suppose.
You go to hell! You go to hell and you die!
Okay, real quick, over on YouTube. Youssef, someone speak French there. Je dommage le neigeon. There you go.
That's like, hipsters have their own language too. I mean, there's this thing called Namaste, which is hipster for fuck you.
No, it's this program. This is programming language called Ruby.
All right. Wait, actually, what is Namaste? It's Hindi, isn't it? For something like peace be with you or something.
Yeah, with you or something like that.
Happiness.
But isn't shalom supposed to be that as well?
But that's Jewish.
Yiddish.
Yeah, I know that's Yiddish. It's just.
There's a lady online on Facebook who's followed me, who's this really pretty Indian lady, but her English sometimes is a little strange.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little off.
Probably because it's like a second or third language.
Well, most Indian people speak English pretty damn fluently.
But they always hit it in the wrong order.
Well, not all.
It depends on their upbringing and their jobs.
I had this discussion with your wife, Israel. Another thing I really noticed about Filipino folks, they write in English and Tagalog mixed back and forth during the same paragraph.
Oh, yeah.
I can only read like half of what they write.
Yeah. But too, like, especially Indian, if you have ever worked with Indians, those who have probably been in the call centers more are better at English overall, and those who haven't been.
Can we clarify
aren't
that?
as good.
When you say Indian, do you mean DNF?
I mean Asian Indian.
Asian, okay. You
like
understand?
India.
Not a
call
Native
centers,
American.
in call centers, the distinction is called DNF.
I'm not
which
usually.
means
Oh, you're saying she's actually like American Indian?
No, this lady actually is. She's Indian. Asian.
yeah, I was
talking
actually
about Indian, or like Indian.
Yeah, she's
Like-
from India. Now, this is. I'm not using the political correctness for titles and so forth, but this is one where I am kind of a semi.
well, no, this is where
because Native American is a much more clear, defined
Video.
thing. An Indian means someone from
right.
Asian
That's why you
India,
use the
subcontinent.
acronym DNF, which
But-
stands for dot, not feather.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Now, when you read British English, they say Asian for a
I
lot
know.
more than United States.
Because they stuck with doing the whole. I told them, I said, y'all need to.
Charles is getting scolded.
yeah,
Y'all need to
Charles.
stop doing that geek stuff and take out the garbage.
Yeah, Charles. Go take trash out. And real quick, Yusef, you're taking that to kind of a weird place, so I don't think I'm going to say any more French for you. Thank you.
You know, Steve Martin was the first one who observed that the French have a different word for everything. It's just
Hell
bizarre.
yeah, they do.
Omelette du fromage.
And not only do they have a different word, then there's like male and female of just about every freaking word out there. And you got to remember,
Omelet, a particularly different word. It sounds awfully like the English omelet, and not to mention a lot of language came because of the Norman invasion, so it's partly French.
Now, you want to have some real fun? Try dealing with Cajun.
Oh shit!
hey, just give them a crocodile and they're happy.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you get those people out there in the Cajun
Louisiana
language.
hot sauce.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know what the hell you're trying to say.
Make good food.
With the call center people from India, they get English right. They just get the words in the wrong order.
Sometimes, yeah.
They say like, I am to be helping you with computer now. My name is Jeff.
No.
No, I am Nate in Kansas.
Drinking.
Which
know
is
what?
why the other acronym IMTB, which stands for I am to be. So it's like, oh yeah, I called the call center. I got an IMTB on there. No, it was a DNF, and we got nowhere for an hour. So I just rebooted Windows, and then I'm fine.
Oh, that was too much.
You know what? AP, you kind of rough on them Indians, man. You rough on the Indians.
I'm not rough. I'm just being
Dude,
honest.
this is nothing
Have I
compared
said
to what I
anything
said about it
negative?
before. Holy crap!
Have I said anything that's negative? Okay, I have not said anything. I'm just observing.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
Because I don't want us to end up with a COC now.
Oh,
have I violated the code of conduct yet?
AP, I'm just
exists,
kidding.
probably.
I know. I'm
kidding.
just giving
I'm
it
just
back
kidding.
to you, man. I'm just giving it back to
Oh,
you.
okay. I was like, oh my god, I said something wrong.
Charles,
Yeah.
Charles, on a side topic real quick, were you able to get the trash taken out?
Yeah. I don't care what y'all stuff you doing. You got the garbage right now.
No, what's happening? No, that wasn't it. The thing was, we ain't got. No, it's just like it's sad because there's no kids. Nobody came by for trick or treat. We got this huge bowl of candy, but no kids are trick or treating.
Yeah, you look really upset about that too. Like, damn, I gotta eat candy for next month.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it to the remote office, and they're just gonna put it there, and the sharks will tear it up.
Yeah,
You know how that goes when you bring stuff to work. When you bring stuff to work or whatever, they tear it up.
See, I don't get many trick or treaters. Even right now, it's raining, but I don't know if I've ever really gotten many trick or treaters. So I never buy candy. And I know there's neighborhood, but I bought this house not quite 20 years ago, and I'm kind of probably seen as the strange white boy in the neighborhood. So
yeah, I could see
they
that.
avoid me. I don't know.
I don't get trick or treaters at all because I live on the 25th floor of a high-rise building, and we don't let people go around door to door.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Because I'll be sitting here doing my geek stuff, all of a sudden you hear this, and it's like,
you go to hell, and you die.
And then they never come back.
Why don't they let the people go door to door in your apartment building?
It's against the rules of the HOA.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Because there have been incidents where people have walked into the building, gotten past the security guards, and gone door to door testing doorknobs to see if people leave their apartments unlocked, and then walk in there and pretend to be on a cell phone or something. If there's nobody in there, they rob the place blind.
And steal my wallet. Oh, sorry.
My wallet. Well, I was gonna make a joke earlier, but then about drinks so I was just gonna do a shot or do like a double shot of vodka, and then I was like, no, I should be coherent, so I just made this.
Coherent.
Yeah, something sober, something.
The only thing coherent here is light.
Hey, the only way you can do that is if you made a daiquiri.
No,
I like daiquiris.
It's just a White Russian. Just channeling the.
Oh, there you go, dude.
That's so racist.
Oh no, that's
Black Russian.
That's religion. That's religion right there. That's dudism.
Dude, okay. AP, do you want to? I will after the cast. I will show you the rug that I have in my apartment.
Oh, does it tie the room together?
Oh, it ties the room together.
That sounds a little sexual.
I'm glad it's
going to happen after the cast.
Does anybody else hear No Rants? No, he's passed away since. But anybody here No Rants?
Yeah, I remember him. I met him the first time at Derby Town.
I remember him.
Yeah, he was big into the White Russians.
Oh, okay.
They're
but that was White Russian women.
No, he was the drink. He might have been the White Russian women also. I don't know, but he was into the drink. I know there's a bunch of people drink him in his honor. Occasionally, he passed away in 2015 or 2016. It's all blurring to me now.
Yeah, I think it was.
Well,
it's 15.
This one's for him.
All right, here's the rant.
Durant.
He's a nice guy. I got to beat him in a lockpicking contest one time.
Awesome. All right, what's next on the show notes?
Okay, next up on the notes. Just real quick, Wild West Hacking Fest wrap up. Man, that could almost be a tongue twister.
Yeah, sorry I didn't make it, but I had, unknown life circumstances issues.
Yes, the sun came up.
What, you ate Taco Bell?
Okay, so has anybody here ever been to Wild West? Like last year, ever? Last year was the first year. This is the second year. Anybody here been there last year?
I have not.
I remember that song. Who did that crappy song?
I couldn't tell you.
Who did that crappy rap song, Wild Wild West?
Oh, that was Will Smith for the movie Wild Wild West.
No. This predates Will Smith. We prefer to fight you man to man and reach down with our hands and body slam you with the Wild Wild West. It was an old thing we used to PT to when I was in the Army.
I don't know. That's a Googleable.
That's a Googleable offense right there. Yeah.
Okay. So Wild West Hacking Fest, it's really sweet. It's in Deadwood, South Dakota, which is an old mining town. It's where Wyatt Earp, I think, was killed.
God, it was Cool Modi.
Yeah, so it's a very cool place to visit. What's the presidential monument that is right there?
Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, Mount Rushmore is like 45 minutes away to an hour. A lot of natural scenery, landmarks, stuff like that. I flew in when it was dark and flew out at like 5 a.m. So I didn't get to see any of that natural stuff. Hopefully next year.
Yeah. I wanted to make it out there because I was right there.
Yeah.
But then I had to move.
You were there. And
I had to move.
And your life, because you got the small boxes behind you from moving.
Yeah.
We have like video evidence that you moved.
Yeah. Or that I'm just a slob and haven't unpacked boxes.
That says small box. I thought it said smallpox.
No. It's smallpox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's smallpox.
It's smallpox.
Yeah.
I'm testing to see if there are any anti-vaxxers in Kansas.
Nice.
Carry on, my wayward son.
I will.
There you go.
As I sip a White Russian.
Journey away. So, from like I was there as a vendor. You know, I'm in some of the vendor space now, but from okay,
just for the record, what were you selling?
I'm
Defensive solutions.
Yeah, I'm with Binary Defense, so we do EDR, SIM, and counterintelligence. Okay. Yeah.
Have you noticed that a lot of the people, you know, the vendor, quote unquote vendors, are selling crap now?
Yes.
Like, you know, keychains and you know, wallets that may or may not reflect RFID or Violet Chachki dolls and you know, stuff like that.
And yeah, and I would love to like completely disassemble some other companies, but you know, since I actually work for the company, that would not my company. But
I don't mind if a company goes in there and hawks a product, but you know, I'm used to going in there and seeing Uncle Ira with, you know, a sonar buoy for $25. Not, you know, here's a keychain with a little panda that has Linux written on its asshole.
Well, but
that'll be $25.
Yeah, that's tchotchkes good though. Yeah, I mean that's the stuff.
Yeah,
that's your stress balls.
There's so much of that. There's been so much of that crap. I want to go in there and it's like, you know, here's a teletype machine that came out of a missile silo, $50. Bang. You know, here's a complete working Next system, $150. Bang. You know, I go in now to a vendor room. I would rather shoot myself than walk to a vendor room sometimes, you know.
And two, that was one of the things I thought was kind of cool about Wild West. There were only, I think, like 16 vendors there.
Oh.
Which, I mean, any of you guys who go to cons, that's like nothing. For the guys that were going around, like, getting the stamp, you know, like, they were able to do that in, if they didn't engage with the vendors at all, like, that's 15 minutes. If you did engage with the vendor, you know, a couple hours at most. I've been to some cons where there are 60, 70, 80 vendors if you were doing that stamp thing, trying to get door prizes and stuff. And, I mean, you're spending the entire flipping con just going to vendors and not seeing, like, anything. So that's, like, a huge plus that I thought was awesome about Wild West. I mean, minimal vendors.
The extra space. Here's the nice thing about vendors. They help pay for your booze.
They do. Well, sometimes. It depends.
And sometimes you get nice swag, like
swag.
Walmart has some really nice beard cones, and some charging cables.
Yeah.
Charging cables complete with Charlie's malware for free. What a bargain.
I will say that vendors have bought me booze. Shout out to Justin, the Binary Defense guys.
Nice.
It's just so sad because, you know, one of my favorite memories of DEF CON was many, many moons ago, probably before many of you were born. One of the vendors pulled out.
I know.
He pulled out a box. He had like 150 newtons, and he let them go for $25 a piece.
Nice.
Well, see, but next to no, I mean, at like the DEF cons and stuff, you may potentially get that. At any other cons, you're not going to have any vendor like actually selling, you know, product there. All they're going to have is the tchotchkes, the swag.
Yeah,
you know,
you are familiar with a Newton, right? You know what a Newton is.
Yeah.
The guy had rigged these things up to program Cisco routers.
Yeah.
So for $25, you got this Newton with a cable that you could plug into any Cisco router and go through and configure it with.
I mean, granted, too, though. I mean, like Hack5 will do stuff like that. You
with
know,
a Newton? I mean, no. We're talking about taking a piece of history here, repurposing it to modern use, and selling it for $25 a throw.
Yeah, but there's
Hack5 came up with it. They paint it orange and make you pay $500 for it.
Probably.
Yeah.
But there are just very few actual like hardware vendors, like people who do any type of hardware stuff.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, most vendors at cons are trying to sell you the services or trying to recruit you. They're not selling gear. Like DEF CON has more like lockpick vendors, and they have somebody who used to sell old hardware And
DEF CON is a special case now, though, because they're charging state tax now.
Really?
And they're charging the vendors taxes, plus they're taking some ridiculously huge amount of money off the top. Like, you got to pay X percent of what you make, plus you got to pay for the table. It wasn't always like that.
Huh.
Well, I guess it's big enough attendance wise that
they got
you
some
kind
of
of
this.
Yeah, because DEF CON's
what,
DEF CON's what, like 15,000 people, somewhere in that range.
I think it's more than that. But
is it?
Render into Caesar what is Caesar's. I mean, the thing is,
give it to the DEF CON god.
Yeah, it's not even the DEF CON. DEF CON had to do it. They had no choice. The state came down on them.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's like, there's taxes, and then the hotel came in, and 40% this tax and 15% oxygen tax, and the 10% kick you in the balls tax.
Oh, okay, you're making sure.
It's like, next thing you know, you're selling a $20 T-shirt and you're getting $3 out of it.
Yeah, and selling the $20 T-shirt for like $35-40. But back to Wild West. So they had 2 tracks that were, I think it was kind of like I unfortunately didn't get to attend any of the talks, just too busy doing my other stuff. But I think it was more like red team, blue team types of tracks. But what was very cool, the facility that they're now in is like big, wide open. And so, I mean, all of us, probably all of us at one point or another have experienced con flu, and you get caught up in a tiny room with 100, 150 other people. So this was one large space, and the thing that was like the 2 tracks were at the 2 separate ends of this large space, just with a, not a banner, but, an artificial wall separating it, from the, a large meeting area. So you had track A down here, large meeting area, track B. And then they had like Lockpick Village, CTF. It was cool. They had a escape room.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, very nice.
Like, who has an escape room like they're on site? And
they do, apparently.
Yeah.
DEF CON last year, DEF CON was supposed to have something similar.
Yeah.
But it was a laser escape room.
Oh, okay.
Where you had to, do that whole bending, twisting, tricky to get underneath the lasers.
Yeah.
The problem is we couldn't get it to come together in time. We're hoping to have that this year.
Okay.
That would be cool.
It was like a Spy Kids kind of theme,
Mission Impossible.
How good of a spy are you? Getting through the laser maze.
Yeah. But we actually had really good weather. It was like probably mid-50s, and it was warmer in South Dakota than it was here in Ohio. So the weather was decent, no rain, which they can't decide either way. But the environment was cool, honestly, for like my rank of cons. Like, I put my rank as my 614 con. It's held at a brewery. It's all the guys I know locally. That's my number 1. DerbyCon's number 2, and I'm easily going to put Wild Wild West as number 3. I mean, just everything about it. Like, I'm perfectly cool taking my family there. Like, I can't wait for Ethan to get a little bit bigger. Like, he'll be there in like some of the villages and stuff. Like, it was a really good con. And on the show notes, I threw up, one of my buddies did a medium.com write-up on it. And I encourage you guys to read his little write-up there. But yeah, very good con. And like the back-end guys who put it on are Black Hill Security. So
shout out.
Yeah. Oh, and what night was that? Friday night. So it's only 2 days. That's the only thing I wish. I kind of wish they'd make it like 3 day, because there's a lot of stuff to do, and I kind of don't feel like 2 days is enough to be able to get to some of the villages, and be able to do CTF. Like, you obviously can't do everything, but I would like to done a little bit more. But I think 3 day would be like perfect for it.
I like a good 3 day con that is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I have to take off the minimum from work. Or if it's a 1 day con, please fucking put it on Saturday.
Yeah.
I can get my ass there and not have to take off work.
Yeah.
My first
other people, I've noticed at some cons that are like during the week, you'll notice the audience changes depending on whether that's a weekday because they're all how do I put it this way? Admin type, manager types who want to get out of work during the weekdays. They won't come during the weekend, but they will come during a weekday just to get out of work.
And real quick, over on YouTube, T-Maker, you mentioned there were no booth babes. I mean, I was there all weekend.
That is true.
What more eye candy do you need? Thank you very much.
Is that in violation of the CFP?
Hey, I was saying straight up, yep, I'm the eye candy, I'm the booth babe.
Tickets worth more than my car. Which place has tickets worth more than your car?
Black Hat.
That's true. Okay.
That could be.
My last car, it's definitely worth more. Black Hat tickets definitely worth more than that.
Yeah, my last car I bought in 2007 for like I want to say about 16 grand, 15 grand.
Oh, listen, right now
that's a pretty good run. 1,500 a year or so.
Well, no, that's brand new.
I'm looking at vehicles right now because I don't know if you guys know. I'm getting a Stephen Hawking special in the next 2 weeks.
A wheelchair?
The Stephen Hawking wheelchair.
Oh,
the super motorized, computerized, thing from hell.
You got the voice synthesizer?
No, I got to do that myself. I've already gone on Amazon and I got all the mod stuff I needed.
Are you going to put a jetpack on it?
No, but I have got a backpack that's loaded with Raspberry Pis that's going to let me do war driving with it.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm looking at vehicles to go with it, and we're looking like $44K.
Whoa.
It's insane.
Really?
Is that for the ramp or something to be able to load it into the vehicle?
It's the Dodge version of the Sprinter.
Okay.
So it's got like the 6 foot tall roof practically, so I can stand up inside of it.
A Sprinter is a Dodge.
Well, no, the Sprinter is the Mercedes Benz. The Dodge, they call it something. They call it like the Power Gonad or whatever the fuck.
Okay, because back in the day, the Sprinter was the Dodge.
Yeah, well, if you look up Mercedes-Benz Sprinter right now, Google,
Mercedes owns Dodge essentially now, so they may have just taken it.
It's the cheap shit version. I mean, it doesn't have the gold-plated, gas pedal and shit like that.
Yeah, man, it sucks driving without that gold-plated gas pedal so much. I miss that.
It's like, well, I've never paid more than $20K for a car ever, and this is 44 for this van.
Damn.
But it's a sweet van. If you've ever seen, if you've ever, if you've been, again, most of you guys aren't old enough, but back in the bad old days, there was a TV show that never made it past pilot called Exo Man, EXXO Man, like the exoskeleton, and he had this bread truck. And in the back of the bread truck was all of his computer gear and his secret robot body frame that he could put on. The whole thing was he was a superhero who was paralyzed from the waist down. So he built this exosuit and he would go out and fight crime with it.
That sucks. That sounds really interesting.
It's interesting, but it's also complete cheese when you see it. It's on YouTube.
Because that's that would be a really excellent way of hiding your identity. Unlike Superman.
That's the funny part.
Batman.
He looks like when he gets the exosuit on, he looks like Bender.
Nice.
I'm looking up Exo Man, and I'm finding this. Too, but I'm assuming I'm not spelling Exo Man correctly.
And it's 2 X's, EXXO. I think.
Yeah, not 3. Don't type 3.
Oh, you put in. Oh.
All right, I'm gonna put our channel banned here. What?
Oh my god.
Face? EXXO Man.
Yeah, I think it was on CB. It was on CBS.
Just send us a link. Before
before we completely ban the podcast channel and
oh, for shit's sake!
Oh, for shit's sake!
Because you don't remember this. See, weird obscure shit from the '80s. I remember is like Manimal.
Yep, that's about that era.
And great. BJ and the Bandit, is that what it was?
BJ and the Bear.
Oh, and somebody used to live here. It was this story about a ghost. Gillian Anderson played the ghost.
80s. Never mind.
Yes.
Oh, it's got a hyphen in it. That's why it's EXO-man.
You guys remember what was it? Meteor Man?
Yep.
I think they played on like
dude in his bread truck,
BET and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't want to make
anything good either.
The reason why I want the big old van is I want to do something like this. You know, fill the back of it with all the gear in the world, and do a little Mr. Universe kind of thing.
You're not sharing your screen.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I figured you'd be found by
now.
No. Would you like me to share my screen?
Yeah, share your screen. So YouTube and the rest of the world can enjoy whatever you're talking
Yeah, this is what it looks like. Just Hello Kitty Darth Vader.
Hey, don't be knocking on the Hello Kitty Darth Vader. I'm not knocking it.
I'm not knocking it.
Okay, now can you see it? You see the bread truck?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's totally stealing people and dropping them off in unknown places.
That's like a free candy van right there. Oh, there's a mod for Team Fortress where they got a van like that, but it says 4chan Party Van on it. Nice. There you go. Now, mind you, this is in the back of the truck.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, check out the cheese bag effects on this, okay?
Yeah, I saw memes about this when someone was calling it Iron Man 1970s or something.
Well, yeah, it kind of goes that way because everybody shoots him and nothing hurts him. He just walks into bullets like ha 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 ha.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's got a big helmet on.
What is with the superheroes in the 80s not being able to turn their heads?
The guy's paralyzed.
Well, I got that. But
they had spine issues. A lot of them.
If you
they just didn't have one.
The crazy suit. I mean, it was pretty thick rubber, my understanding. Or latex, or whatever the hell it was. I don't think he could turn his head very well.
With Batman?
It was a pretty thick rubber, and it just, he couldn't feel very much.
Never mind.
Look at that. See that big grin on his face? Look at that. Now, the funny part is he keeps making it look like he's got to close relays by hitting the button to walk around.
Okay, yeah, that's not as cool as I was imagining.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't watch that.
Walk through the electric fence.
I'm kind of glad it didn't make it past beta.
Yeah.
Now, wasn't there some TV show during the 80s where a guy turned into a car?
Yes, it was called the Transformers.
No.
There's a car, like a man.
There was another one.
Automan,
but he didn't turn into a car. He invented a sidekick who was like a digital super spy who could build a car out of anything, and it made 90-degree turns.
Okay.
Like this right here.
By the way, welcome, Oliver. I'm not sure who you are, but how you doing?
That's Nevermind on Discord. He's a friend
of
Ricky's.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Good friend of Ricky's.
Goes back. Way back.
Way back.
Time.
Yeah, I'd say the writing of TV shows in general has gotten better over the last 30 years.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Now, wait a minute.
Automan versus Breaking Bad. Come on, man.
Not even the same genre. We didn't allow bad guys to succeed back in the 80s.
And even though some of the shitty... what was it called? Heroes. Heroes was probably in general better, though. Man, after third season, it went the fuck downhill pretty fast.
That's like saying having a version of Miami Vice that had Carl Derone as the hero. I mean, see what you maybe do now? I got wasted.
We're on Minecraft now.
My favorite shows were like
We spun up a 303 Minecraft server.
I said shows in the 80s were like A-Team and Knight Rider.
Yes.
There you go.
I love A-Team. And MacGyver.
I think MacGyver came out a little bit later, but you know, I can see. And did they do a reboot of MacGyver that I don't think it's even still on?
Yes, they did. Yeah, I don't think it's still on.
They
I
did
think
2 reboots of Knight Rider.
What?
Oh yeah, they did too.
There were 2 reboots of Knight Rider, and they both sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, they were well, you know, one of them had Hoff, the other one didn't, and they killed off Devin in the first episode, and it did this VR brain reading, you know, see what he saw in the last moments of his life bullshit. It was horrible. And
there was something in the late 90s called Team Knight Rider, where a bunch of people
that
had
was the second one. That was the second one. The second reboot was Team Knight Rider, and no, it was just wrong. It was. They will never capture the magic of the original Knight Rider. I don't know what they were thinking. I think it was, you know, bad Coke or something.
Never capture the magic of the dragon.
Well, that's another story.
But it is another story. Okay, while you're playing Minecraft, let's progress down the notes a bit. So we got iOS 12.1.
Ooh, this sounds fun.
Just came out. It's juicy.
Already's got more holes in it than Switch.
It's new. We love it. Okay, so first off, does your Mac sound, well, not your Mac, but your iPhone sound a little high-pitched? Does your Apple Watch? Does it sound like it's, you know, one of those little tiny people from The Wizard of Oz? Well,
like testicles in a vice kind of thing?
Yes. Are they sounding like this? Yeah, that kind of stuff. So, it's been found. A guy, let me bring link up here. But a guy was working in a hospital and working with I think an MRI.
It was an MRI, big old honking MRI.
Yeah, great big huge MRI.
Suffered a malfunction.
Yeah, suffered a malfunction. But he initially, you know, was thinking maybe it was magnetic. Because everybody with an iPhone, an Apple Watch, stuff like that, their stuff started getting really funky, you know, shutting down, data was getting scrambled, all kinds of stuff. And what they finally traced it back to was there was a helium leak. And I didn't even know that MRIs had helium, but, you know.
That's how they cool the magnets. They don't do it, they don't do it with lasers.
Yeah, new to me. But cool. But the MRI had a helium leak. I have an incoming phone call that I'm declining. And the helium messed with the Apple Watch and the iPhones. What the hell? And as far as I've seen, I haven't seen anything yet from Apple disclosing like what their thought is on that. But it seems like they're at least doing some type of, I'm guessing, environmental sensors in some of their devices.
Oh, man.
And it's really jacking with their devices. But yeah, if you run an iPhone or an iWatch in a helium-rich environment, you can do some major buggy shit to it.
Yeah, my understanding, I thought I read somewhere about it messes with the clock. Something like that.
Yeah, but how? Like, exactly, but that's the how. How is it messing with the clock? I mean, I don't know.
Magnet, wire, something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Physics.
Science, bitches.
Yeah, science stuff. And Mark's not on here, so, you know, I'll slap him tomorrow if I drive up to Michigan. But, yeah. So there is definitely some funky stuff up with helium and Apple devices.
Well,
if
you think of if you think about it, helium is thinner than air, correct?
That's the hope and dream.
Well, okay. So shit ton of helium, if it leaks from an MRI machine and fills the room, that stuff's getting inside of your iPhone or smartwatch.
So they should just float away.
Well, not float away, but it will mess with. It might mess with the resistance.
It's silicon. It's silicon.
Yeah. So
they call it MEMS, MEMS silicon.
Well,
it reacts with helium.
I mean, yes, but
it throws the clocks off.
Let me see, because they did mention Android in the article.
Yeah, the Androids are not affected because they use traditional quartz-based clocks, and the iPhones use silicon-based clocks.
I got you.
Therefore, I never heard of it before. MEMS silicon is affected by helium.
Well, there you go.
It's enough to crash. It doesn't say. It doesn't really say how though. I mean, it just says it messes up the clock.
Yeah.
So Oliver just put this in chat. Isn't helium a superconductor? Also might be
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay.
Superconductors
I don't think so.
Those are like super chilled metals. That's like taking chromium, dye up your asshole side, and
mixing it with gold.
Well,
and then you take it to 3 Kelvin, and it becomes a superconductor.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't that the reason why the new Seagate hard drives were super fast? Was that instead of having air inside of them, it was just helium on the inside?
I think that's been going on for a while. That's nothing terribly new.
Okay, that was a big marketing thing that they had.
Yeah,
a year and a half ago or so.
The new hotness thing was self-encrypting hard drives, where the encryption is all built into the firmware.
Yeah.
So you never actually see it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to break one of those right now.
Yeah.
You stopped sharing your screen, AP.
I did?
Oh.
What do you mean I stopped sharing it?
No, you're still sharing it.
No, we're asking you to take your poop drops off the screen.
Yes.
that you're browsing through.
You know what? I bought the company makes the poop emoji silicone molds. So this is solid chocolate. This is stuff I made for Halloween. That's like solid chocolate in a poop emoji silicone mold. Since we were talking about silicone, I thought I'd show that off. But here's what's happening inside of the iPhone, really.
All right, what we seeing?
Okay, so next up, we also have another iOS 12.1 side. So,
oh yeah, that's Jello. This is Jello.
That you need to tag people's faces on. Anyway, Bug allows remote viewing of the contacts while phone is locked in iOS 12.1.
Yeah, so this one is actually kind of cool because it looks like you can potentially do this remotely. So I'll just read through it real quick. Call the target iPhone from any other iPhone, or use Siri to call your own iPhone. As soon as the call connects, initiate the FaceTime video call from the same screen. Now go to the bottom right menu and select Add Person. Press the plus icon to access the complete contact list of the targeted iPhone. And by doing 3D touch on each contact, you can see more information.
Ooh.
So it's not like a full-blown, like you're in the OS, you're doing everything in there. But, I mean, it's potentially seeing every contact of the remote user's system.
And this is me dialing my iPhone.
Oh my god. There's how you get around it. Just make Jello shit. Jeez.
Okay, so
every time
iOS has released a patch for this.
Yeah.
As of Tuesday, I believe.
So
yeah. So update your iOS
as
soon as possible. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing with my iOS device, it will just update itself at I have it set up to do software updates at like 3 in the morning. So
it's a good thing you're not a hacker like Red Team, because only Red Team uses Android, Blue Team uses iOS.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be switching to Android. But first, I got to figure out a decent
How to get
carrier.
your contacts over?
That's
kind of a pain in the ass.
That's the main concern that I have. I think I'll just make like a spreadsheet of all my contacts and then
Hell no! You can do an export of all that and be able
Just
to
go on eBay and get a Celebrate.
Huh? Get a what?
Go on eBay and get a Celebrate.
Celebrate. Okay.
Yeah. You ever see one of those?
They're security devices. They're sold by the Israeli company that they were partially used to crack the San Bernardino shooter's iPhone.
Oh, it's that same Israeli company?
Yeah.
It basically it's a little gray box with like 3,000 cables.
How many dollars? Is it $1 per cable?
No, if it's a used one, you get them for about anywhere around $300 to $500, I think, for used ones.
Yeah.
And I'm like the most current one, will cost you about $3,000. But a used one will cost you a couple hundred. You can plug basically any cell phone into it, and it dumps the data.
That's cool. But yeah, there are other ways to dump your data.
Celebrate. I'm gonna have to remember
12
that.
pack of Taco Bell and a copy of War and Peace. But I mean,
Yes. But what I was gonna say, iOS, anytime that it seems to launch with a new major version, so 10, 11, 12. When did 12 drop? I'm assuming that was last week.
It was either Saturday or Monday, I think.
So it seems, and this might just be software in general. It always seems to me like iOS has at least one pretty big vulnerability right at launch.
They do, but the kind of annoying part with that is they do have a full-blown beta. Like Mac side,
they do
know people who run beta on their Macs, me, and iOS side they also run beta, and so something like that, it's good and bad. I wish it would come out in beta, as do Windows and Microsoft and Android and everybody else, but some things just make it full-blown press release and oh well.
Here's our latest bug release.
Yeah.
Here's our latest screw up / F up.
Now, how many of you folks got to look at one of these? I know I wouldn't, because I don't touch the stuff. But Gucci apparently is embedding RFID tags into their junk.
Damn. Oh, I could see that.
And they put this note inside of it saying that if you're truly disturbed, you can take it back to the store and they'll deactivate it for you.
Wow, that's ridiculous. I think they would automatically put that in. Crazy.
I got an electromagnet that'll disable it for them too.
It's basically for supply chain tracking.
I mean, honestly, like that is a pretty good way to kill out hard drives. My most fulfilling way of destroying hard drives, back whenever I did that, was thermite. So if you can legally do it, that's a big thing. Try to legally do it. Thermite is very fulfilling whenever you are destroying hard drives, especially if it comes from somebody that you really did not like. Like, very, very fulfilling.
For any of you who are familiar with The Broken,
way back in the day, yes.
Yeah, here is the Hacking with Ramsey episode where he takes thermite to the hard drive.
Whatever happened to that Kevin Rose guy?
Don't know. That whole shit just disappeared.
The ATF probably picked him up and axed him out.
For what though? I mean, this is the worst thing they did on the whole show. Everything else was like how to make door breakers or an interview with Kevin Mitnick, and that's about it.
Yeah, but without proper explosives and blah 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 stuff.
This is explosive. You can go to a pottery shop and buy what you need to make thermite.
You can buy that, but thermite is still classified as a class whatever that is in the same league as like explosives and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Research purposes and get the appropriate.
Huh? I thought it used to be to get the gun show.
Research.
Yes, research. I don't think so. Not thermite.
I remember one time I made a video called Better Than
Back in
Gutman
the
White.
day, maybe.
Man, something called Better Than Gutman White. It was a video of us blowing the shit out of hard drives of guns, and so everybody has to be like, what's the term, pedantic, and say, well, technically they can still recover things with an electron microscope, unless you're Osama bin Laden. No one be fucking doing that in late 2000s.
Hey, Osama bin
How are
Laden
you going to power an electron microscope in a cave while you're screwing goats? People always say that. Unless you're Bin Laden, you have all this money. He lived in a goddamn cave, barely had electricity, and he's got an electron microscope.
They're taking the hard drives back and investigating it in some like CIA facility.
Hey, AP, you're still sharing your screen on Facebook.
I realize that.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I was trying to show you. I'm looking for a photo of a hard drive that's improperly sanitized. There's nothing you're seeing on this screen right now you can't see in public anyway by going onto Facebook.
Good.
I'm not going to show you my nudie pictures. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, don't worry. One of my buddies already has them all.
My buddy, your mom, right?
Yes, your mom. Yes.
I mean, the worst thing you're going to see while I scroll through this mess is like, pre-release artwork for my next comic book. That's about it. Oh boy.
Essentially, if anybody wants to know what a hard drive with that's been, blasted with thermite looks like, because I used to stack like 4 or 5 high, so you end up having, the exterior still for the most part exists, and then just a hole going straight down the center of all 4 of them.
There's a DEF CON talk on that.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah, early DEF CON. There's a talk out there for how to do that and set it up to actually trigger, like have a kill switch. So you would hit this button, and then your thermite would then go through all of your drives in your case and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, so like what I did to make sure that it was still safe is take a cinder block, and then how the holes are inside of the cinder block sideways. Hard drives inside, I drill a hole in the top of it, and then I put the thermite up on top and let it just go, ignite it up on top and go down that hole and just go down into the hard drives and
watch it go down the hole.
Yes, it's beautiful. It just makes, rednecks get excited over it.
Well, rednecks don't use thermite. They use tannerite.
Well, yeah. But massive difference between tannerite and thermite.
Yeah, you can buy tannerite at Walmart.
Yeah. So it's good if rednecks still get excited over it.
Yep.
It's an explosion that they have. And it's an explosion they've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
We're gonna explode the TV. Boom.
Yes.
Yeehaw! Make America great again. Boom.
Okay, Charles, you on?
Dun 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 dun.
Charles, we're calling for you.
I think we scared him away.
Nah, he had a call that he had to take. We can move on to my guy.
We'll throw Charles down under Cappy, and we'll let Cappy talk for a few minutes.
Sure. Dun, dun, dun. Letting the 12-year-old talk. All right. So this came to my attention. Thank you, Israel. A unpatched Microsoft Word flaw could allow hackers to infect your computer.
Gee, which one?
Yeah, that's what I thought, but this one's kind of interesting. So remember, some people might remember a while back that we covered Microsoft was adding JavaScript support and basically a web browser inside of Microsoft Word and that you can embed that into Microsoft Documents.
Yeah, they determined that it wasn't vulnerable enough, and they had to up the vulnerability of the program.
Correctish.
We need to make this like more broken and introduce new ways to destroy it.
Dude,
I know. Let's add Java. Yeah.
JavaScript, which is, in my opinion, sometimes worse because more people can use it. So what this vulnerability does, it was discovered by, let me see, researchers at Simulate. I hope I'm saying that company name / researching team correctly because this is kind of cool. They're using the online video option. So if you were to insert a online video in, so like a YouTube video or some Dropbox video link or something like that, to insert it into it, you would click this little icon here to say, hey, I want this online video, give it the URL. Funny enough, if you send it to a malicious link, it will then download that to the machine and run it as XML code, and it's bad. Shells everywhere. Any code will run on it, and they walk through it fairly well on here. And
more shells in a turtle sanctuary.
Yep. But the best part of this article was that apparently Microsoft has no plans to fix this issue and says its software is properly interpreting HTML as designed because it is attacking an iframe that is being put into the HTML, or sorry, into the Microsoft document, and it's ugh.
It's 2018. We're still using iframes. Woohoo!
Mm-hmm. Yay, iframe attacks. So that's vulnerability of the week. Very quick one. I haven't had a whole lot of time to research this week as I was moving and starting a new job. So it'll be picking up next week, and I'll be able to find more proof of concept and everything on this. I might do a follow-up next week on this just to show a proof of concept, maybe a demo. But that's vulnerability of the week, is Microsoft being Microsoft.
Huzzah, 10 times for the king, forward into the past.
But yeah, it was funny that when Israel showed me this, because at work we're having a hard time with one of our clients just opening up an Excel document. not even I'm not even kidding. They were like, oh, can you send it in an XLSX format? And we send it to them, and it says that something is wrong, like it's encrypted or something like that. And we're like, what? We're not touching any encryption. This is just a normal like report. So I send it to them again, and they're like, nope, still can't open it. We figure out, okay, they're using Microsoft Word 2010. 2010 does not, and to my knowledge, support XLSX. So derp number one. Derp number two, we think that there's something on their system that is saying, hey, this is bad because you're receiving a Excel document that might have macros. We don't know if it has macros, but it might. Ugh.
It might.
Story of the week is Microsoft, please fix your stuff so that we can actually use it, because business people use it, and because business people use it, and you've marketed it to business people, we have to use it.
You think they don't know that? It's like, dear Microsoft. They know. They're just sitting back there laughing. They're sitting back there getting suntans while laying on a pile of $1,000 bills, just laughing their nuts off at us.
And also, Oliver made a good point in side chat. Why are we putting HTML and everything now? It's not.
It's pretty.
Okay, it's pretty, but why would you,
Wait,
why would you
don't want all your emails to be in HTML?
No,
but they're pretty.
Okay.
I mean, especially whenever I send the most beautiful phishing messages ever in HTML.
Have you written a marketing email in the last 3 years?
No, because I delete them. They're taken out as spam.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so you have that, but writing an HTML email is like writing HTML3. And yes, and they will use bootstrap.
Like a Gregorian monk, copying the Bible, right?
Yes, I know.
Hey, Oliver, if you don't come on and talk, we're going to smack you.
Oh, my God.
Okay, how about a test of how old you are? Take a look at my...
Wait, which one?
He's talking to me.
Take a look at my screen,
Mm-hmm.
and you see there's a plug attached to a thing that says Winchester.
Mm-hmm.
What is on the other side of that cable?
Some sort of bus.
Wait, hold on. Let me see. Which one looking at?
Is that going to a parallel port?
Nope.
You're asking me to fail, and I will fail because of my age.
I don't think so. I think that I was hoping to be surprised because
I've seen
your age, you know what it is.
I think it's like a Winchester drive, but I think this predates me even.
Yes,
I've seen it. I've seen that kind of connector before, but it has also been about 15 years since I've seen that inside of a desktop.
Yeah, exactly.
So and that was predating before I got really into computer hardware and understanding why and how each connector works.
That's not going to an IDE, is it?
That is a Winchester hard drive,
Nice.
which was later called a hard drive.
Oh. So it's just an old IDE strip, ribbon strip? Okay.
Yep. Except that it's so old, it was referred to by the original name of the component, which is a Winchester drive.
I actually did know that.
And that picture was taken off of a computer that was in service in the year 2002 at Los Alamos.
Ooh. Nice.
How scary is that?
Weren't those connectors still used for...
I got a computer upstairs with that freaking connector. Shut up.
No. Let me finish. That is why I recognized it. Because the first desktop computer that I had, the hard drive had that same connector. That's why I recognized the connector.
Yep.
It was a 3.5 hard disk that had that connector going off of it into its subsequent bus on the motherboard. To then where I would play EVE Online on it.
EVE Online.
Yes.
Otherwise known as playing Excel.
Pretty much, but it's relaxing. I still play it on and off. Good way to play games with my father as well, as he got into it. He's been playing that game since like 2000.
I just hated you had no control over anything. It's like, we're going to fight now. Press F5. And the two circle each other and shoot. And there's no maneuverability and you can't push a button to shoot anything. You just watch it. It's like fight equals F5. You lose. I mean,
That's why I don't do PvP. Or I do PvE and basically economics in that game, just trying to make money. And
the economics in that game can teach you some serious shit that you can use to make economic gains in the real world.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it. It's gonna work.
I go in the bathroom, make PEE.
Oh.
And POOP.
Oh, sometimes. On a good day.
On a good day.
Good day. So yeah, next week I'll get my stuff to crap together. I've been busy with moving and everything, so I wasn't able to do a lot of research this week. So I'll get back on my game.
Yeehaw. Speaking of on their game, Charles, you around yet?
That work.
Okay, how many of you have ever seen one of these?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all recognize the PS2, but what's that big old honker right there? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've had IBM Model M keyboards that I had used adapters like that with.
Yeah.
Yep. That is the old 8-pin or 12-pin DIN plug for the old Type M's.
Yep.
IBM Model M's make my nipples hard.
I like how Greg was able to point that out faster than I could, and I'm pretty sure he's younger than I am.
I don't think he is.
No, you're older.
Yeah, I think Greg is older than you.
Greg is a little older than me. I take that back. Yeah. I just remembered.
Yeah, you're still a youngin'.
It'll be like 10 years before we get another like.
Hey guys. Yeah.
Hey, Charles is here.
Yeah, I made it back. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to jump on a late call with my job.
Job.
Yeah, but job. Yeah. No, we have like a well, it's not a kickoff meeting tomorrow. It's like a pre-kickoff or whatever. They signed the deal. Huh?
It's the meeting preparing for the meeting.
To kick each other.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah, the kicker.
We've been in business long enough.
Well, they signed a thing signed on to do another pen test, but they're just trying to, we signed up before we even told. We pretty much signed up before they told the resources that they have a pen test coming up. You see what I'm getting at? They told them he's going to do all this stuff. So mind you, and I'll just tell you this. So it's a combination of red teaming. It's going to be some physical pen testing, along with web. But they're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at this client right now.
Cool. Are you going to do the physical?
No. I want to learn the physical, but I think one of the guys that is really good on our team. He's been doing physical pen testing now for some years. I want to sync up with him, but he's hard to kind of catch because he's always on engagement. So hopefully I get to sync with him, this time.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on the team with the web app pen testers, the web app side of the piece.
Yeah.
If they need me for wireless, then yeah. But they haven't worked that part out yet. They need to, but what I was explaining. With wireless is just an extension of the network, and what corporate network doesn't have wireless nowadays? That should always be included and tested.
And the smart ones.
Only the smart ones.
Yeah,
they
we'll
have
a little later too.
Well, come on. Wireless. No matter what you do, wireless is the equivalent of standing on the roof of your building and screaming your secrets
while you're naked.
Yeah, while you're naked.
Yeah, it is. But it's an extension of the network. It was never designed.
It shouldn't be there.
Wireless was never designed to be secure.
Right.
It was never designed to be secure.
So it should not be part of a serious corporate network.
Not
but that's true. But they are.
I think we'll have to see.
Which is not a fault of. It's not a fault of wireless. That's a fault of the people being stupid.
Yep.
No, I never. Yeah, no, it's never.
That's like dropping your pants and running backwards through a cornfield.
Right. People drive technology. It's people process technology.
No. Layer 8 and Layer 9 drives technology.
Right. If there's no people, then what is technology? If there's no people using it, then what?
No. That's not that. That's inventing technology. You said what drives it. What drives it is Layer 8 and Layer 9, politics and money.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
What drives it.
Well, you need people for that.
Ooh, I like these new layers. Yeah, politics.
Yeah, no. But the thing is that the people you have to have the people, otherwise you don't have users. Otherwise you'd have really good secure systems. But what I'm saying is, let's invent a new technology. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's make something that's not secure. Anyone can listen in on it. It's completely wireless, and anyone can come in here and hammer away on it, and there's not a damn thing we can do about it. Oh, that's cool. But why should we do it? No more wires. Wires are ugly. Awesome. Let's do it. Layer 8, Layer 9, get in there. Next thing you know, we got 802.11.fuck you. You know,
You know what?
.z.
AP, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Can I work for you? I like AP's thinking, man. Like AP, but oh my God, man. What? Please tell me you're a CISO somewhere, man. You just telling these dudes where to get off and roll.
I just recently got passed over for a CISO role.
You know what? Who do I need to talk to? Who do I need to fly out and smack?
Well, it was a 3-2 decision.
Real quick.
Who are the two people I need to smack?
Wait,
well, they can't walk right now, so.
Okay.
Yeah, they went with somebody who had alphabet soup after his name.
Okay, and speaking of alphabet, Israel, what were you about to say?
Over on YouTube, James disagrees. Yeah. Wireless is fine if implemented correctly. James.
Horse shit.
Advise what correctly means.
Yeah, there is no correctly when it comes to wireless. If you want to wirelessly connect your video game machine to your teledildonic system, yes, it's perfectly fine. If you want to have wireless remote controls for your joysticks, God bless America. You're not wireless in a serious corporate environment.
I hear teledildonics has huge gaping security holes.
Yes, but they're working their best to plug them.
Wait, let me. Have you seen my Have you seen my anal biometrics website?
No. Post it.
I've seen it. It is
Ground Starfish Protocol.
This is like somebody came up with Skydog 2 or 3. That was back in like 2012 or 13 or something. Yeah, I'll put the link in the show notes. Oh, not the show notes, but in the various chats.
Okay, so James said cert base with NAC, network access control.
That's nice. Would you like to lose that whole connection permanently? I can go down to Radio Shack and buy a handful of components and blow that connection straight to hell. And it's not going to matter what kind of MAC address control you have on it. It'll be completely unusable.
What essentially, whenever you're like just spamming DDoSing the crap out of the Wi-Fi.
You just take a radio transmitter and turn it on, and your whole wireless network is a piece of shit.
No, but I'm saying from a technical perspective.
That is a technical perspective.
Yeah,
but you're talking about jamming, pretty much.
Yeah,
if you're jamming it, infrastructure relies on wireless, you're fucked.
You're pounding the crap out of it with packets.
Yeah, no, not packets. Just an RF signal.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Just using radio frequency.
Yeah, you don't even have to pound out packets. You can just go and it's gone.
Yeah,
I've got a $75 box. It's the size of a pack of cigarettes that I can put in my pocket, turn on, and shit on every cell phone in a 50-foot diameter around me.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want that to happen to your corporate network? I don't think so.
Yeah, everybody at the company that I work for now, they all use wired keyboards and mouses.
Exactly.
They're all wired.
It's what we call Adama mode. Adama mode, bitches. In the remake of Battlestar Galactica, Adama refused to let anybody use anything wireless because Cylons. The Cylons found a way to hack into it no matter what, and they fucked every single ship in that fleet. The thing is that the key words here, okay, are serious corporate network. Okay? If you want to have a guest network for your salespeople or, you know, the kids that come around or whatever, so they can sit there and surf instead of eating all the candy in the receptionist bowl, then yes, by all means. But don't put it in your network. Yep, don't make it part of your network. Do not bridge the gap between two buildings with the same company with 802.11. It's just wrong. You don't do it.
Yeah,
it's like wearing your mom's underwear, okay? It covers your ass, but if you do it for a long period of time, you got issues.
But it's so silky.
And that's how they sell it.
Yeah, don't make it a part of your core infrastructure.
It only died almost 2 years ago, so it was well worn in.
Oh my God! All right, moving on. We've got.
Well, I mean, that is. I came from a manufacturing background, so It from the business side will get imposed on the IT security, whatever you want to say, side.
And that's why we have the breach report every week.
Exactly. So what can some of the listeners do to help mitigate it? You know, we know what's going to happen, but how can we lessen the strain?
Don't use it.
That's not an answer. The business is going to impose it.
That is not it. That's not a business case.
If you were
the business can impose it all they want, but the thing is, you don't have to use it.
No,
unless they make you work in the basement where there's no cables running.
If you're talking a plant floor, the business will impose it.
Exactly.
That's just like. So if you
if you're talking about a plant floor, you're telling me that they're going to operate anything serious over wireless?
Whenever they start talking their IoTs and everything else, yes, 100%.
Oh, you're going to run a 25,000 ton press over Wi-Fi.
Yes,
OSHA may have a thing or two to say about
that. Even on the whenever it comes to a plant press, it is not necessarily for OSHA-related items. It may be for
what is a non-OSHA-related item on a plant floor?
No, I mean this is statistical data that they're using for bettering the process and procedures within.
I think
so. They're making washers.
I think Cap has some. Go ahead, Cap. What you have to say, man?
If you were so to maintain business practices and also maintain some level of security, not the ideal one that you would be looking for. I think what you would want to do is make that wireless network completely segregated from the rest of your core infrastructure, so that only the things that are needed for your quote unquote manufacturing items, so any sort of like press data or like any sort of data that needs to be sent to a specific machine on a line or anything like that, all stays within one network and has no way of talking to any sort of domain admin or anything like that. That is your lesser of two evils kind of solution. To both maintain business practices and have some level of security. It's not the ideal, and I don't say that that should be the case, but that is the most trying to formulate words.
The best way to make sense of a bad situation.
Is acceptable risk.
Yes, that's where you would make your acceptable risk.
Yes, and that's what it's getting down to is.
And the thing is, the matter of hardware too, because first of all, 80% of the people out there that say they're using air gap are not using air gap. Okay, what they have.
Nobody has a freaking clue what air gap is now. Let's just throw that out there.
No. I said 80%. That's a phenomenal. People have no clue.
Yeah.
Okay. There are people out there that know what air gap is and use it properly, but they're in the 20%. And there's only 20% that truly know what air gap is. And out of that 20%, maybe 8% use it.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, I have a comment from James on the thread. He said this AP dude must not live in this world.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll come over to My Little Pony world and live with you for a while. All the packets are free and happy over there.
However, I will make a comment to say that WPA3 will be coming out soon, I think within the next year. Yeah. And
nice.
so
will KMFDM, and which one's going to be more useful?
Well, we will see.
But too, I mean, WPA3 will most likely be integrated into, newer devices being sold.
Right, and let's take a look at WPA3. First of all, still susceptible to absolute denial of service by RF transmission.
Yes,
well, that's an inherent thing in the design of wireless.
Which is why it should not be in a serious corporate network. Number two, how have we been going lately on getting these things set up? The bar has been lowered so low that ants can't even limbo beneath it. Okay, how do you set your passwords up? Hold the WPA button for 5 seconds, and then all of a sudden, all your Windows 10 machines have the password. Okay, we've made the process and procedures so stupid that you're pressing a button to set a password. Okay, no protocol out there is going to last a year before it's cracked.
Is that still the case with WPA 3?
WPA 3 isn't out yet.
Yeah,
it's not out yet.
I don't think
I can almost promise you that there's going to be some kind of shortcut in it because the people are going to demand some kind of shortcut.
Yeah, but I don't think
because they don't want to work. They don't want to work. You need the dumb button. You know why? Your $7.50 an hour desktop tech isn't going to want to learn how to do things the right way.
And I agree.
They want a PhD button. Push here, dummy.
I will agree. I agree with that. That there might be a thing like that. That's what I'm saying. That there is, from what I've heard, some hope with WPA3 to actually having it be an improvement on security in terms of what we've seen be a shortcoming with WPA2.
It won't last 6 months to a year before it's cracked.
But yeah. So
it just won't, and that's before it's not before disclosure.
And two, it's
gonna be dead and gone, but they won't know it yet. It'll be a year, maybe 2 before you get disclosure. The thing is that it doesn't matter. It's wireless. It has no place in a serious corporate network. In a less serious network, in non-vital, non-urgent, safe little things, yes, fine. Knock yourself out. Your Soho, your Ho-Ho, your home network, okay, connecting little Jimmy's computer to Daddy's computer so they can play video games together. Knock yourself out. Have a fucking blast. Put the antenna on your roof. Get a can of Pringles. Shoot Wi-Fi for 30 miles. Go for it. But not in a serious corporate environment.
Go for it, Charles.
Yeah. No, I was about to say, so how do you feel about radius, like free radius?
So it's just a layered protocol. I can still blow your Wi-Fi out of the water.
In terms of a DDoS.
If you rely on wireless for anything in a serious corporate network, you're bending over and putting a sign over your ass that says free access.
and when you're
whether you do it by packets or I throw a rock at your antenna, or if I take I take a CB radio and I point the antenna at you and go okay, it doesn't matter. The thing is that yes, you can put radius, you can put PAM in there, you can put all kinds of security precautions. Eventually, they will be broken, or the protocol itself is inherently weak because it's wireless. Mm-hmm. Anybody, anywhere, at any time. I can sit in the parking lot of your office and fuck with your wireless. They had a guy park his car in front of a Home Depot and robbed how many millions of dollars in credit card transactions? How many million was it? 12, 14 million?
12, yeah, it was about
and all he did was put his car in the parking lot at the mall.
That was a big deal local to me because the Home Depot is headquartered in my state. So that was a big deal.
So when you've got situations like that happening, what is your radius, your PAM, your WPA 69? Well, it ain't dick because, look, a guy can do this out of his car in the parking lot of a mall.
And that's going back to like my least common denominator argument is not having your core infrastructure on wireless, right? Because it is so, and I am completely in agreement, AP, with everything that you're saying in terms, and I want to clarify when you're saying when in your business network, you're saying in like the core infrastructure, or your core infra. So like a business needs to have this on a network for business, for any sort of
you could have like a personal network or something like that, I guess, for personal devices.
Sure.
So it's connecting to
with main servers and stuff like that, then that should all be wired. You should not be using Bluetooth or anything like that.
Right.
Right. You go red. You can go red, white, and blue. Okay. You can build 3 distinct networks that are hardwired. That's fine. But the minute you start doing anything over RF, you're just asking for it.
Well, I mean, you could have a personal network where people could connect to their personal devices, like a guest network of whatever corporation. But
again, that will not be part of your corporate network.
Yes.
You know what you connect to a guest network? A Cox router. Okay. I solved a multi-million-dollar problem that way once for a company. They're like, our people are bitching because they want to look at Facebook and read their email. And I'm like, oh, so you want to pay them not to work? Well, okay, we'll put machines in the break room, and we'll put the machines in the break room. They can check their email. Fine, get it off the corporate network. But that's hard.
No, it'd be like a separate router or something like that, a separate access point.
No, none of the above. I got on the phone, and for $29.95, I had Cox come in and run a 1 wire of coax into the break room to a router that went to 4 computers in the break room. It wasn't even attached. It wasn't even on the same physical hardware as the rest of the corporate network. It was just a piece of RG58 that came off the phone pole that cost them $30 a month, like a typical home low-end internet connection that we ran into the break room. They had spent $12,000 the previous year on a super secure, locked out of the rest of the network, employee goof around network. $12 grand. And I solved it for $25.
So you say you called in the Fox to lay you some cable?
Just to call them up and say, hi, I'd like a residential internet connection, please. Run it from the telephone pole to my break room.
And
have a nice day.
Some locations that can work. There are locations like, let's say, Arizona on the U.S.-Mexico border where that does not work.
Why would that not work?
Because there's only one ISP.
Okay.
So
and the ISP can't run a second dedicated line?
Well, whenever they run that second dedicated line, it's going to cost $250, $300, $400, whatever X amount per month.
Okay.
I mean, there are locations.
$400 a month for an internet connection. You need to move somewhere, where civilization is happening.
But I'm throwing out there, I work for a manufacturing company.
T1s don't cost $400 a month anymore.
It depends on where you're at.
Well, yeah,
on who can provide you the access.
Well,
because for a lot of manufacturers, they're the secondary. So whoever the primary is, you're going to get close to whoever that primary is as the secondary. So whoever that primary manufacturer is, you're going to build your plant, your facility close to them. So
close to cheap labor, right?
Exactly. So you have the cheap labor and the transportation costs are low.
Then you go to Fight Club, okay, and you apply the formula.
Only if there's a Fight Club.
No.
You only got one person in the region, there is no Fight Club.
No, I mean that in the sense of the movie. When they talk about the formula in Fight Club, okay, A is how much risk, B is how much it costs if you get owned, C is how much you have to pay out. If C is greater than A, then you do something else.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then you do that. That's called acceptable risk.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you're going to get owned. I mean, you increase the chances of getting owned.
Yes.
So you have to figure out how important it is to you to not get owned.
Exactly.
And when you figure out what's going to happen is you're going to think, oh, we won't get owned. It's not that bad. And then 6 months later, when you're saying you want fries with that because you used to be the CEO of the company and you just got ass whacked and the contract went to somebody else, congratulations, you saved a couple of $100 and lost your contract.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not going to see the CEO in this day and age get nixed due to anything.
The CEO of a manufacturing plant that can only get one internet connection that's a stone throw from the border of Mexico.
Yes.
You're lucky they even can afford the letters CEO.
Yeah, but if they are set up in 17, 18, 19, 20 different places globally.
Sure, but who's in charge of that one plant? That guy's gonna be flipping burgers by the end of the day.
Yeah.
No, because the global IT staff is still going to be over that connection, not
right. So
the local guy.
You got owned. So what are you going to do? Fire your IT staff or fire the guy in charge of the plant?
Most likely, nobody will be fired in that case.
So you're going to get owned, and no one is going to get punished for it. What are you going to tell your stockholders?
That you are
incompetent.
Sorry.
Or security platform
you'll
and your security program.
When a company is pwned, somebody gets their ass kicked up around their neck.
Not always, because I've actually lived through this.
I say kicked up again. That doesn't mean that's maybe not fired, but you're going to get your ass kicked a little bit.
I mean,
you're not going to get that
it's
Christmas bonus.
Ultimately, over the IT, over the connection, over everything, is either one going to be fired, two get a ass chewing. But it depends on what the structure of the company is. Everything else, but
again, acceptable risk.
But two, that's going to be an acceptable risk, one way or another. And who owns the acceptable risk? Because it's not ultimately going to be IT.
Whoever signs off on it.
Yeah, that's going to be a business decision.
Right, and that's your CEO, CTO.
Yes.
And they're the ones that are going to get their nuts crunched when they start losing contracts because your manufacturing plants are getting owned.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. You're gonna be out there chanting the mantra of the displaced IT worker. Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that?
Like I said, it depends. That doesn't always happen with the CEOs, the CTOs, whoever it may be, CFOs. Because I do know CFOs who are over IT.
Sure.
But
if you marry the president's daughter, yeah, I'm sure there's nepotism and things that'll save your ass. You work for the government, for God's sake. You can fuck up 5 and large, and if you're in a government position high enough, they can't touch you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I've watched people say they're going to go to Sands, take their entire family, spend the week at Disneyland, and not get fired. Yep. No, that's not an exaggeration. I watched that happen. I watched an IT tech go to Sands, come back, still can't figure out what side of an RJ-45 makes the sparks, and they spent the entire week at Disneyland, and they wouldn't even lift a finger. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah. With any statement, you're going to find an edge case that proves it otherwise. But I dare say 80-85% of the time, as soon as it hits the stockholders' pockets, somebody's ass is going to be out the door.
Yeah. I mean, granted, too, I'm going from experience, so
I'm not denying your experience. All I'm saying is that at some point, it's going to cost somebody money, and someone is going to get their ass shown the door.
Yeah.
And why risk that over a little bit of convenience? Why risk that over just being able to not have to run a wire? Oh, look, I'm on Wi-Fi. What's this dancing devil thing? Encrypted my file to send Bitcoin where? Russia? Huh?
Yes.
Well, we now we know how AP feels about wireless.
Well, you know what? I hear a lot of people saying I agree, so I don't think it's such a bad stance to take.
I do.
No, I'm not saying
I agree.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Conceptually, I 100% agree. But, I mean, just in practicality, like the majority of organizations that I've worked with, there is no practical way that would work in today's day.
And you're saying this is in manufacturing.
I've worked with multiple places, primarily manufacturing, yes, but others it would still be difficult, yes.
I get what Israel's saying, because even outside of manufacturing, there's some corporate spots and within the government, unfortunately, that.
Oh, don't even take me there.
I'm driving.
Thank God for the skiff.
Well, I'm just saying. But you know this, AP. Come on, man.
No, like I said, thank God for the skiff. The skiff is the bomb shelter you go running to when people bring wireless around.
Yeah, but I'll just say,
I'll be in this hermetically sealed vault over here. Y'all have fun out there with your wireless.
Hey, I for one, I can't with you, man. Dude, I swear, like I'm telling you, if Cisco is calling you, man, you come in the meeting. I could now. Okay, we're gonna call this segment right now brought to you by Chuckles, aka BSD Bandit. This is called AP's Place. So we're all in AP's Place now.
AP's Place, aka I shit my pants.
Yes, AP's Place. Like now we're all in AP's Place. We're at the boardroom right now, and somebody hey, I just messed up. Hey, AP boss, I've just installed 802.11 AC. We got wireless all over the building. First thing he would say, which ass raping do you want to take first?
Yes.
This is in the corporate bylaws.
You're new here, kids. So which end of the broom do you want shoved up your ass?
See, look at that. And everybody like, is it time for lunch yet?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, why don't you have lunch over there on the unemployment line?
Ooh, look at that. See, that's what I'm saying. See? Now this is just a trailer of AP's Place brought to you live by Irongeek Cast. Boom. And now back to the show, baby. Back to the show. And
back to the show.
Yeah. So, speaking of shows, we've been hitting on this for quite a while. Let's go ahead and move on to Charles with the Chuck Labs, the Chuck Wagon.
Chuck Labs.
No, we're renaming it. It's gonna be the Chuck Wagon.
Wagon.
Yeah, the Chuck Wagon. Wonderful world of WebSockets.
Yeah, ding 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 ding. Okay, good people out there in cyberspace. Reason I said the wonderful world of WebSockets a couple of days ago, and I've been messing around with this. Well, shoot, it kind of bleeds into the weekend a little bit. On Sunday, was in the house, sick wife and baby, just up and about. Finally got her to go to sleep, and I said, you know what? And just an announcement too. Currently not taking I'm not gonna be able to take my OSCE in December due to financials, but priorities come first.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll just keep on pushing and fighting a good fight on that. But I said, you know what? I just need to get into something today. And you know what? Something told me to just get into a socket, put it in the socket. I said, interesting.
Like a light bulb.
Like a light bulb. Went off and just
put it in a socket.
That's right, and that's exactly what I did. I fired up my burp and into a socket, and sure enough, I did some research though, because and just to give you a gist of what WebSockets are, WebSockets are in a roundabout way. It allows you to. It's a continuous communication between the client and server. It doesn't stop. Like before that, they had something called long polling, and that was like in a lot of Ajax applications where you had long polling. So the client would have to sit and wait for the server to send some type of data, and which is pretty cool for its time. But the only problem with that is it had so much overhead to the HTTP protocol in general that it caused a lot of lag and delay in some applications, which made Ajax not really a fan favorite. So then here comes along WebSockets, and I found some awesome information about it. And okay, Charles, make sure to select Charles once he's sharing his screen. Okay, thank you.
That was
yeah. Yeah, no, it just popped up on my screen. But anyway, no, for WebSockets in general, and I just wanted to get this out here. I'll have some more demos next week. I just started researching this and understanding how WebSockets work in general. And what I've found so far is just that it's just pretty cool that it's a continuous connection between the client and the server, and they're sending. You can send data back and forth. You can actually do streaming through WebSockets, which I never knew.
Yeah.
Also, I did learn this though, and this is on from the security side. When you're hacking WebSockets, shout out to Black Hill Security for that awesome article on what hacking WebSockets. And I'll post it. I'll be sure to post that in the show notes because that was an awesome article that I found. And it talks about hacking WebSockets. And here's the cool part: you can bypass the authentication piece if you can do some type of injection within WebSockets. WebSockets and authentication are two separate things, and I didn't realize that. And I mean, mind you, this is just in the short amount of time that I've researched it. I'm still going to be playing with WebSockets even tonight after we get off the cast. I also found an awesome. I was doing some more research, and OWASP has something directly for if you want to get into playing with sockets, WebSockets. It's called Damn Vulnerable WebSockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those dudes can sockets in the web dev world are dangerous.
Very.
So
very from what I'm discovering. It's insane what you can do. Now I will tell you this. I've started the installation process for Damn Vulnerable WebSockets. It should be done. I carved out a CentOS 7 VM, and you're gonna need, of course, Apache. You're gonna need a MySQL. You're also gonna need React PHP, and all those instructions are within the documentation that on OWASP, and I'll have the link up for all this in the show notes, guys. But you'll need that, and of course, if you're on CentOS, you do need to add those pretty extensions so you can get that extra software. And of course, Ubuntu is more bleeding edge, so you'll have it built into the packages already. So my advice: go with Ubuntu Server off the jump. Don't even do it with CentOS. CentOS is awesome, but it's not always bleeding edge. If you really want to live on the edge, do Ubuntu Server. Just my tidbits on that. But yeah, once you get it installed, then you can do like a client server connection, and you can just kind of watch and see what happens using Burp Suite. And speaking of Burp, I want to put it out there. Go and download. If for all the Burp Pro users out there, go ahead and download that 2.10 beta. It's out today. I downloaded it. It has the dark theme. I love it. I love the dark theme.
I saw that today.
Yes. You go into user options and select Dracula. That's the option to make the dark theme. It's called Dracula. I'm like, ooh, sweet.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, in Burp 2.10 beta. And what's cool about it, like I said, it's still the same function, but it gives you that dark theme look. Now, it's only in Burp Pro for right now and beta, but once it comes out of beta, it will be in the Burp Community Edition as well. So that's another thing to look out for. For anybody that's using like the free version of Burp, it won't be out until Burp 2.0 whatever is out of beta. So right now this is all beta, and I've been using Burp beta on my engagements. I mean, why not? I mean, it's just certain things you just got to look out for. But again, and for all the people who are new to Burp, what's the difference between Burp Pro and Community Edition? I'm just going to tell you, Intruder.
Beer.
Intruder is damn near non-usable in the free Community Edition, and Burp Pro is a lot faster. And then, of course, you have more in Burp Pro. You have more access to applications that are specifically extensions specifically designed for Burp Pro, which is awesome too. And you have more flexibility as far as like programming your own stuff. You can do it with the free version. Don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit more difficult. So that's the difference between the two. And that's what's made my world so wonderful. Somebody. Okay, I'm looking at the chat right now. So James says, Black Hills. Yeah, buddy. Thanks, James. Opinion discarded. Excuse me. Use REST whenever possible. In your humble opinion. Okay. That's cool stuff. PHP, he says, ooh. Okay. I mean, you can say ooh, but it's a lot of PHP that's still out there. And now until the world changes, this is what we are. This is where we are. Same thing with Perl. There's still a lot of Perl code out there. So ooh and more ooh. Okay.
Charles is all about the ooh.
Yeah, all about that ooh.
All about that.
and put a little socket sauce on it.
All about the base.
Base.
64.
And a little socket sauce on it.
Oh, I love me some good socket sauce.
What? Who you telling? Who you telling?
Man.
You met Larry Wall. Okay.
Oh my god.
That's opinion. Yes. Okay. Tell Larry I said hello. Yes. Listen, I was a Perl user before I was a Python guy. In the early 2000s, I was a Perl guy because 90% of my scripts were for IRSSI, which only uses Perl. I mean, you can use Python, I think, nowadays, but Perl was the hot ticket, Dave.
Yep.
And
the only thing that made me give up Perl was PHP.
If you got an old gray beard, definitely Perl's the thing.
What? Listen, let me tell you something.
I wrote all kinds of crazy crap in Perl, and then the thing is, I had to start making web pages, and that's when I switched to PHP. The only reason I switched to PHP because I found it was easier to make web pages out of the data I was manipulating.
Gotcha. Yeah, Perl. Like I said, Perl is that. Let me tell you something. Without Perl, there is no Ruby. Let's keep this real. Ruby gets his RE from Perl. Python gets his RE. Regular expressions don't function if Perl ain't in the mix. You can't have a regular expressions conversation without Perl, and I will take that to the bank any day.
I'm pretty sure.
Shout out to Larry.
I'm pretty sure PHP also.
PHP too.
PHP also has that.
Yes, I'll take that to the bank any day.
Even your command line shit has it too. PCRE is in.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So yeah, I will take that all day because without any of that stuff, you don't get to do your job well, especially in the Unix world. I mean, don't get me wrong. Shell coding is awesome. Bash, Corn Shell, whatever tickles your fancy. Z Shell, we can go on and on. But
feathers.
When it comes to the more advanced stuff, and you really want to get some real cool stuff jumping, Perl was it, man. And especially if you're come from that Solaris, the AIX, and the IRIX world, woo! Rubbing my chest on that one. Perl, hands down, bar none. 5.6 for the longest.
Let's be honest. You're not rubbing your chest. You're rubbing your nipples.
Rubbing your nipples.
Anyway.
My nipples.
Yeah.
My nipples.
Oh yeah, I firmly stand on Perl, but I do like a little gem in my soup sometimes and poke out a little Python, a little combination of everything. PHP keeps me grounded, and C keeps me dumbfounded. Can I say an amen?
Amen. Amen.
Oh my gosh! As long as you're on keeping up to date on PHP, god damn.
Oh man!
All right.
Hey, Charles, I just got to throw this out here. James says Charles talks about Perl like I talk about barbecue.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of barbecue,
James, I don't know you, but I love you, man. Yes.
Speaking of barbecue, I just moved and I am loving the new barbecue venues around me right now. Oh my god.
Where you at now? Where you at?
Kansas.
I know you're not
where
in
Dorothy's
Vegas.
from.
I know you're not in Vegas because there is no barbecue in Vegas.
Nah, I went from Timbuktu, cold as hell, Minnesota to Kansas.
Beautiful.
You gotta buy like a entire new
an
wardrobe
upgrade.
now.
Dude, I bought flannel like the second day I was here.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Dude,
I love it.
It's because you're a halfway hipster.
Halfway. I've got the halfway man bun thing going right now.
Oh my gosh! Go get a freaking haircut.
Yes.
No,
Bro, I got the invisible bun.
Hell yeah, you do.
Nah.
I worked from home, so I didn't even shower today going on. Okay.
I know. I got my milk dud.
Hey, I will not admit or deny that.
We hit on this earlier. I drink White Russians. I have a rug that really ties the room together, and my hair is super long. And also, my college friends all have started calling me the dude since freshman year.
I look like a caveman.
Captain Caveman. There we go.
But the big, distinctive portion is how tight are your jeans?
They're loose.
No, you don't have a tight jeans.
Not a hipster then.
You've seen me.
Right. You have to understand.
Not everybody else has.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's a rating scale, from Dukes to Hazard to these are my sister's jeans. How loose or tight they are.
Wait,
This is it. This is just as they go.
Wait, I was born in Kentucky, so these are my sister's jeans means something entirely different to
me. These are as tight as
what you really mean is getting into your sister's jeans means something completely different.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in Kentucky, the family tree goes straight up. So we get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but like and for those of you AP, we got to meet me in person, man.
Oh
yeah.
Meeting Charles in person is an adventure.
Hey, Charles, have you had any fun with that piece of software I gave you?
Not yet. That's tonight.
I was hoping you played around with it, and by the time we came on the air tonight,
that was the goal, but with everything going on today, no. But yeah, definitely tonight. But yeah, we definitely got to meet in person, man. Well, these guys will tell you. I don't.
Come to Vegas. Come to Vegas.
Dude,
get out there again. I missed this year at DEF CON, but I hope to get out again next year. It's going to be my own ticket probably, so if someone needs a roommate for Vegas, let me know, and we can try to split some bills.
Yeah, as long as my kid's around, I'm a freaking party.
Hey, yeah.
Ethan,
I promise to bring my robotic slippers, and we'll have a good time.
Oh man,
good time. Yeah,
that sounds transformational.
I rock out my slippers.
Ooh, nice.
My wife hates them, but she's like, really?
Financial support. I've noticed my con habits have changed over the years because I remember back in my first con was 2005 Freaknik. And back in the Freaknik days, we used to keep like 6 guys to a room.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it was a kind of a ghetto hotel in Nashville, so it wasn't even that expensive. We spent very little time in the hotel room.
You know what's funny? It's funny that you mention that because I remember years ago. This was on Elfcrim's website. I was reading when he interviewed a mentor, and the mentor was like, he remembers being in a room with Lephis and the Prophet and others that he's sure he's forgotten. But between them, they had control over the entire phone's network. But they all roomed together. So I guess that was the thing. I guess early in in con life.
Well, that was before there was profit in the fucking industry.
Yeah.
As much.
Right. So everybody just kind of
did it because they liked it.
Bruh, and like I said, speaking before profit, and I just want to say this to everybody that's here and that's on our cast. Dude, it's been a kind of tough week in Twitter land, as a lot as you know have been seen. Yeah. And I just want to say this.
I got a little out of hand. The guy pissed me off.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say that, but
you don't like, and you have certain things in your profile, and you look a certain way, and
You have seen my nude pictures,
dude. I have everybody's nudes. Come on.
On Twitter, I just fapped to him. It's all good.
No, I wanted to just say, hey, we have enough shitters out there, and I'm just gonna call them shitters.
Shitters.
Not even posters, they're just shitters. And the reason I say shitters because their life is shitty, everything about them is shitty, and they want to make other people around them shitty. They want to put the shit on everybody. And I just, from the bottom of my heart, just want to say, please, let them keep the shit to themselves. If they try to put shit on it, put a wall up. Block the shit. Like, don't
build the wall. Bill.
Yeah, don't give them. Yeah, build a wall for that. But no, because
Virtual wall.
What's happening now? These shitters are coming into our community, our hacker community that we built.
Yeah, I've been saying this for forever, man. I've been saying this fucking ever.
Yeah, it's been happening for like the last 2-3 years.
We let them in, we empowered them, we gave them power, and yet now we're too chicken shit to take it back and say no more.
Yep.
Yeah, so I want to just say, look, let's
Take
put all that shit behind us
and shove it.
Yes. let's put all the shitter. Let's put all the shit behind us, and let's start doing some cool shit again. Like start working on some different projects. Let's start getting into some new shit. Hey AP, kick wireless ass all the way out of corporate. You see what I'm saying? Let's get back to what we're good at doing.
Back to the basics.
Creating shit. Right, creating things and actually sharing with others, man. Because all this other stuff, man. I feel like we're getting sucked into the cesspool of Kanye West and Trump bullshit.
Yes.
We're getting
X'd out. Throw that out there.
Do you remember?
Well, whatever.
He's X'd out.
Do you remember what I said about this 2 weeks ago? It was exactly 2 weeks ago when I said, once upon a time, a lawyer sat there with a straight face and told everybody in the courtroom that there was a hacker who could whistle into a phone and launch a nuclear missile, and everybody shit their pants in fear, and the hackers all broke out laughing. And now what's happened? Now you tell a dong joke, you lose your job, your house, and your car, and the feds are all laughing, and the hackers are shitting their pants.
Dong, wasn't that the guy who created like D-Sniff?
No, I mean a dong joke is in dongle.
Yep, that was like a recursive thing. I'm making a dong joke about a dong guy.
But no, I just like I said, I just don't want our community to be destroyed because of these shitters out here. Again, they're not happy with their life. I don't care, and no matter what I don't care. I want us to get back to the point where I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what your politics is. I don't care what it is.
Politics has no place in this community.
My God, no.
Well, see, but
I want people of a certain height to have a nation state of their own. So it's going to be like me and Caprico, Jack, of course, and oh shit, my buddy, he's on the cast from time to time. What is his name? He's super fucking tall. He's like 6'7".
James.
Oh,
James.
James.
Right? James. Yeah.
Ginger James.
It'll be height nationalists. Just people, like all men over 6 foot tall and all women over 5'9". And we're not going to short people. We're just going to put the food on higher and higher shelves until they move away.
No, you're thinking too low for the. I'm gonna get iced for this.
No, Sam,
you're thinking too low on the women's side.
Sam is like 6'7" or some shit.
Yeah, see, but that's the thing you forget. You got to remember those guys who can shoot and can shoot up.
I can shoot, dude. I can dunk.
Because I'm 5'11", but I can always shoot up.
Yeah, there's a lot of political.
That's not an issue.
That's a whole other issue there, Mr.
Yeah, there's a lot of political shit that needs to go away. I will admit that. There's a lot of political shit that needs to go away.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have a copy of This Is Not the Future I signed up for?
No.
There's an old ancient poster that I made back in 2001. And it's called This Is Not the Future I Signed Up For. You should dig that up and make it your background image on your computer.
Hey, why don't you dig it up and send it to me?
Who is the total?
A lot easier.
I can do that right now.
Samwise,
no Google skill having motherfucker.
When Samwise is on the cast, he's probably definitely the tallest because he's like 6'7", 6'8".
Really?
I'm pretty sure Caprico is like a little bit taller than me. He's like 6'4".
Yeah,
I'm 6'6".
Yeah, he's a skinny giant.
Yeah. And Jack is
just want to hit him right in the abdomen.
Jack is like 6'4", so he's a little taller than me, I think. Jack is a little taller than me, I think.
Jack is about yeah, he's a little taller. All right,
sorry.
Not too much. He's about 6'2".
We're height measuring. We're not dick measuring. We're height measuring.
Well, you.
I'm really feeling the love as a short guy.
Because I am male statistical average, but I'm 6'3", so male statistical average for a 6'3" guy is not that impressive.
I'm not that tall, so.
So you
make up for it at 6 in the morning,
dude. If you
you make up for it at 6 in the morning when it's like, all right, let's go, DerbyCon.
I just get excited about life when I wake up.
Cappy had to room with Charles, so
not had to. I chose to.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. He chose to.
It was kind of one of those like.
Darryl, we had a ball.
It was a good time.
Yes, Charles woke Cappy up every freaking morning.
Hopefully next year maybe I'll have a suite. We got to figure out some shit. I want to have every year.
The first time you have a suite at a HackerCon is like the best experience ever.
Yes, it is.
Especially when you spent your very first con you went to, sharing a room with 5 other people and eating off of other people's room service.
That's what I generally do. Well, not the room service part, but
you walk up and down the hallways and eat people's room service. They leave out in the hallway.
I got comped a suite every year until we moved to the Marriott. And then I had to, Forgotten Sec was kind enough to let us take over his room. But we probably, I'm sorry, Forgotten Sec, we probably overextended our welcome because we had way too many people in that fucking room.
Yeah, but he was very cool.
But I know what.
Definitely thank him for that.
I had a bunch of people. I had like 5 people staying with me, but I'm a fat, hairy motherfucker. And I turned the air conditioner down after hacking the air thermostats down to like 60. I froze the living fuck out of all my roommates.
Nice.
And my other roommates were like, well, actually, one was a big guy like me, so it's okay. One was a skinny little guy because he has what is that? What is that disease where you can't eat stuff? You have
Crohn's.
Crohn's, yes, thank you. Crohn's. One was a lady, and she, Mary, and women are naturally just a little bit colder than men. You can sex them later on if you want to, but women in general just get a little colder than men. But yeah, I like froze out my fucking roommates that year.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm guys. Just a warning. I am a morning person. Well, Cap knows that. I am a morning person. I like when I wake up, it's just like boom. I'm on like 1,000 already.
Yeah.
Now, my wife is like not a morning person, so it's just kind of like it's like I'll wake up like, hey, good morning, sweetheart. Okay, that's perfect right there. I know what you mean. Perfect.
Now, is your wife into tech, or I don't know? What's your wife?
No, she's not into tech. She teaches. She's into education.
All right. Depending on when DerbyCon is, check out. Is she into like crafts and shit?
Yeah. She's like poetry, and I think she sews too.
How about crafting?
At the same time as a crafts festival in Louisville. Your wife might.
Oh, it is. Okay, I'll definitely have her check it out.
It depends on which year DerbyCon happens. I mean, it's changed, and I think we're going back to September this upcoming year.
I hope so. Well, October was cool too, though.
Not really.
October was cool. You didn't like it in October?
Nah, a little too late in the year, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pumpkin spice weather.
Like I said, that's when the basics come out. Nah, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jack's always good. Come on now.
Jack, is that you?
Yes.
Jack snuck in the car. Oh my God. Hey, what's up?
What's up? My migraine went away. I had to take some herbal remedy.
you heard they were talking tall people, and you're like, "Yep, screw it, I'm in."
Yep.
I'm in.
White supremacy. Tall people coming into the cast. Welcome, fellow tall person.
Yeah,
not that tall, really.
Well, how about you? You're like 6'4", ain't you?
I'm only 6'2". I mean, I'm not that tall.
Oh shit! I thought you were taller than me.
No, I just carry it well.
Okay. I don't. I'm a fat boy.
Jack's got the military stance going, so he looks.
Yeah, he's
tall. He's
Jack is
straight, tall, and proud.
Kind of right.
Kind of right.
And he picks me up from the airport for DerbyCon.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, we were laughing so hard.
Oh my god!
I wasn't even gonna mention that. I was never gonna bring it up again.
Dude, you guys mentioned it the week, like recap week that we did recap on DerbyCon.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
but it was mentioned, but we didn't explain what that story was.
Talk about it.
Jack.
All right,
Jack, you go.
No, that poster is up there in the chat now.
Oh my god.
Grab your very own copy of the poster.
Yeah, don't get quiet on me now, damn it.
Saving that image. All right.
I looked over at Jack, and Jack was taller than me. I was pretty sure that happened, but
I don't know.
Yeah, it's always. No, I just put it this way: we had a good time leaving the airport.
He wasn't there. You was already at the venue, so.
No, I'm just saying when you picked up Cap and we all rode together. Back to the hotel
from the venue.
The person who needs to eat more.
Yes.
All right. So I'll tell the story because it's funny. The joke before going to DerbyCon was I gave the description to everyone. If they saw me, you'll see me as the tall, skinny white dude that looks like he needs to eat like 3 different meals at once to actually get some meat on his bones. And got picked up by Jack. I was going to stay with Charles. We go to the venue, pick up Charles where he was at, meet up with Adrian. Charles, Jack, and I are driving back to the venue, and we see this couple walk across. Both are fairly skinny, to my own credit, as to where the story is going. And Jack goes, "You're not the only one who needs to eat." And I say, and it was a guy and a girl, and I say, "Yeah, I'm like, no, that guy's not so bad." And those two just bust up laughing because they were looking at the girl. They were talking about the girl.
Jesus Christ!
And I was focused on the dude.
Oh my God! It's like banging bones, like hardwood furniture. Like,
yeah, she had 2 backs.
Yeah, she did. She had a head.
No, she had 1 back. It was just there was no like.
It was straight ironing board status.
Yeah.
Y'all are just wrong. You know that?
Excuse me? What? AP? Wrong? Politically correct? What?
Needless to say.
You said it to me so many times, I felt I had to say it to you at least once.
Oh my
Needless to say, Jack and Charles just bust out laughing at me. I'm like, what? And they're like, we weren't looking at the dude.
It's not so bad.
It's so bad. It's not so bad. It's just a little funny.
Not
so
bad.
Little fun interaction to remember. For 10, 15 years down the line, I'll be like, hey, remember the first time we met? I was looking at a dude.
Classic. Oh my goodness.
Classic cat.
I swear, cat. I laughed the whole weekend. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Oh my goodness. I'm ready for 2019. Hurry up.
Oh, fun fact. DerbyCon next year runs right over my birthday. So that
you'll finally be 21. We can go get a beer.
Ring the alarm. Ring the alarm.
Somehow graduated college before having a legal beer or a legal drink.
Isn't that something?
I was one of those 7-year college guys. I mean, I didn't get my bachelor's until I was I don't know, 25, 26.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I didn't
just
get my
finished.
bachelor's until oh wait, yeah, never.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Oh, give that kiss. Yes, you give that kiss. Oh, thank you.
Kid kisses are the best.
No. Thank you.
Your own kid.
I was waiting for someone to make a joke or for you to recover because I was about to make a joke.
Thank you, John Draper Fan Club.
We got two cast members that have kids that are, I think, under 2 years of age, correct? In both cases.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ethan just turned 1 like a week and a half ago.
My cousin recently posted a criticism about people who called a 2-year-old baby 24 months old, but I'm assuming there's a whole lot of developmental difference between a 1-year-old baby and a 1.5-year-old baby. So it makes sense to me why you'd call a 2-year-old baby 24 months old. But I didn't know, I've never had a baby, so.
You mean in regard to calling it 24 months versus 2 years? I mean, whenever he's 24 months old, I'm going to call him freaking 2 years old.
Okay. Right now, she's 15 months. But
Yeah,
I just say 1.
I'm
yeah. I say he's a year old.
And just 1 year. That's why she's grown a whole lot. I don't know. I
has deep thoughts about
this. Because my cousin was saying 24 months when the I'm assuming that there's like a big difference between 1 year and like a year and a half. I don't know.
You know, there are people that are just like that. I mean, hell, there are people who use the metric system.
Yeah, damn English people.
No, not English people. The rest of the freaking world.
Yeah, there's like.
No, I did find out the English. So this was very interesting. So I'm at Wild West, and there's a English guy there named Jim. Really cool guy, and so they drive in miles per hour.
Yep.
They do a lot of things, and there was like only one thing, like cooking, I think, that's actually in Fahrenheit. And everything else is like regular.
Yeah. So in the grand scheme of things, you have us using like feet, inches, yards, miles, and stuff like that, and that's our only system. In the UK, you have kind of a mix where you have, in terms of driving, you'll have like they'll still use like 0 to 60 metrics and stuff like that, but the rest of the world is using the metric system because
it was weird masses. because most countries are like metric or standard, you know, one or the other, and the UK is like a big melting pot of all of it.
I mean, I've used both. I mean, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I lived in.
The thing is, sometimes it's hard the conversion. Like, how many shit tons are in an ass ton?
Yeah, that I mean,
and then you got the metric fuck ton. I mean, you know, it's I had a shit ton of fun. No, you had 2.5 fuck tons of fun.
No, I'm not talking about the big thing. I'm talking about well, how do I get to this place? Well, you walk down, 100 meters, and then you turn, and then you go 50 meters, and and then it's 25 meters on the left. That I'm good with. And
anybody who gives you directions like that needs to be shot.
No, dude. A meter is easy to measure in terms of.
The thing is, who gives directions in meters?
True. Let me finish. So, like, a meter is like you taking a normal like stride of walking. It somewhat converts to that. Yeah. So for Jack to have someone give directions to him, say like go 100 meters this way, hang a left 200 meters, and then you're at the bar or whatever you want to go. It's take 100 steps or so, and then hang a left 200 steps, and then you'll find this bar.
Yeah,
How about
I mean,
like
But he
walk
still
to the
didn't
end of the
find the
block
freaking
where
bar.
you see that bodega, turn left, go 2 doors down, and you're there.
We're not talking about strip clubs. We're talking about bars.
I said bodega. I don't know if bodega means strip club in your part of the country.
no, because in order to find the corner store, you just go to the corner.
Exactly.
Right. You don't say walk 2.5 meters that way. No, go to the corner and turn left.
But
And
no,
then,
I mean, you go to some of these small towns, and they'll have like the hotel that's like tucked up in the middle of the block somewhere with no fucking sign.
Dude, Amsterdam was like that, where I stayed in a hotel and it was literally, it looked like a house.
Yeah.
It looked like a house on the street. You will not, there's no like big Motel 6 sign out there. It's literally, you need to know the exact house number to, and then walk in and you're like, oh, it's an actual hotel. And there's like a breakfast buffet inside this place. And then you go 2 doors down to your actual room.
And then you get it wrong one morning. You end up sitting there at some stranger's house eating their breakfast, and you wonder why they're freaking out.
No, that's when
it's not buffet for me as to put down gun. No,
no, there'll be no gun, but you'll be
there won't be a gun there.
You'll be met by cops with flex batons, and they know how to fucking use them.
Or in the terms of the Dutch police, you'll have police there with very kind words telling you, "Can you please leave the premises?"
Well, it wasn't very kind words.
They were with me. I don't know.
It wasn't for that guy when I let the dog out and didn't realize that there was a burglar like hang out in the backyard. He was like, "Hey, get this fucking dog away from me."
Ooh, let the dog out. Jack.
What?
I was like, "What the fuck is he saying?"
Can the dog get the wallet back?
The dog needs to walk back.
No, can the dog get my wallet back?
Oh.
That should really be the subject of tonight's cast. Irongeek cast 92. Get my bleeping wallet.
Dude, where's my wallet?
Yes. Okay, let's hit the further reading real quick. So WebEx, Ed Scotus did a talk at Wild Wild West. One of his guys was looking through, found via SC, he could do a remote priv escalation utilizing WebEx. It was given to
back, guys.
Like 3-4 months ago, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they patched it. WebEx patched it in the most recent build. But you can do remote priv escalation in utilizing SC and WebEx if they do not have the most recent version, which is pretty sweet. So the tech write-up's been added. Iranian hackers.
Is this the program or the web plugin?
That's the actual install, like on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the web plugin isn't affected as far as we know.
Plugin should not be correct,
Yeah,
but
just the install.
yeah, should just be the base. Yeah, regular straight install, and that is something. A road they're now going down is seeing what other things they can use SC to do priv elevations with also. Because I guarantee there's other programs. Because like WebEx, they install into administrative folders and go with system. So there's a shit ton of other stuff that does that too. So there's probably other things that you can do via SC and be able to do remote priv-es. So Iranian hackers target UK universities. And then this is kind of a fun one on Wi-Fi. See an Apple, crash it. And it was just disclosed today. So anybody who is not running the most current version of iOS, Mac, everything. I don't know if he has a proof of concept out, but he has a decent write-up, so you could probably develop a proof of concept off of it for if you essentially are on the same Wi-Fi network as any Apple device, just killing their network stack and shutting them down.
Gee,
Yeah.
weren't we talking about Wi-Fi a minute ago?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Yes, AP.
An hour ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, AP.
I'm just saying.
But granted, Mac is not used corporately all that much.
No shot.
But yeah, so that's a further reading. Cappy may have one other item, but outside of that, we popped off the show notes.
Yeah. And my daughter's watching Care Bears in the background. Care Bears.
What other
Care Bears, the
item might I
movie.
have?
Oh, speaking of Care Bears, let me see if I got to turn my webcam back on. It's too dark in here for you to see shit.
Finally, we've been waiting
You have a Care Bear?
all night.
Well, I have ones my mom made for me from Butterix patterns from the 80s.
We'd really appreciate someday if you'd actually sit in a chair.
Maybe someday. All right, just Care Bear. Wait, I just turned off my damn camera again.
No, it's on.
It is? All right, this is Care Bear.
Now it is.
This is a Care Bear. Mama made this for me when I was a little kid.
That's a nice
in the 80s. And this is a Care Bear cousin known as Brightheart.
I know Brightheart. I have yeah.
Wait a minute, why am I not seeing?
Because Adrian's not talking.
Because I'm in the fucking dark, because I live in darkness.
You have to get a clap on.
Because Adrian's secretly a vampire.
Don't even. Don't listen. Don't go down that road with me, because I will take you down that road and you will regret it.
Me?
No, the whole vampire.
You're a vampire? You're a vampire?
No, I used to be a DJ to that scene.
Oh.
I've seen some of the stupidest shit that a human being should be forced to see. Who's feeding back?
Not me. Who is that? Not me. Who's that?
I'll turn myself down just in case it's me.
I just wanted to see the Care Bear.
Yeah.
All right, let me turn the camera back. All right, shit, I got to turn on some fucking lights so I can see you.
Because I can bust out my aardvark collection.
Adrian, put some pants on.
Oh, sorry. Wait a minute. If we got to put pants on, I'm out.
No, I got pants on. They're just like really loose shorts that fall off.
They're called underwear.
That's what I told her too.
Right, Cheer Bear.
Oh,
And,
Cheer Bear.
He needs like some cleaning to get him.
Oh my gosh! Look, we got Adrian with a light on.
What?
Cheer Bear. Oh my goodness.
84, 82. Mom
Yes.
made that one for me. And then
He did good.
now
That's the Care Bear cousin.
she needs some work because her arms are falling off.
Yeah. Braveheart was the raccoon.
You don't wonder why I like raccoons. It's because my mom made this for me when I don't know, in the mid to late 80s.
I may have some stuff for you.
Me?
I still have some of these things that my dad gave me when I was a kid, and I've been working on cleaning them up and doing some repair. And I've got some pretty good links to places that do it, or show you how to do it without destroying them.
Yeah, I know a seamstress in the area, or I might get one of my cousins to help sew Brightheart's arms back on properly. But Brightheart is currently not doing that well.
Yeah.
You know what I want to get my hands on? Some treasure trolls.
Oh,
Treasure trolls. I know those.
I know you're just like
Treasure troll.
20 years younger than me, Charles, but I don't remember treasure trolls.
I like the treasure trolls. They had the little belly jewel.
I remember the trolls toys with the like spiky weird hair.
Oh, that's what I was remembering.
Yeah. The treasure troll, they had like the long hair sticking up, but they also had like a little fake jewel that was in their stomach. That's why they call them the treasure trolls.
Oh,
so
I
they were
do
the
remember
trolls.
those.
Yeah, because there were the regular trolls. And then the treasure trolls, the one that had the little treasure jewel in the belly. I would love to get my hands on those again. Those are classic. Anything retro, I'm all about, as you guys know.
You should have seen what I gave to Rhodey when he came down here for Burning Man.
What did you give him?
I gave him an authentic, fully functional, fully working Radio Shack 1980s neon telephone.
No! Are you kidding me?
It was like his birthday, and then he got married and all this other shit. And I'm like, dude, I've got to give you something special. And it was the Radio Shack. It was a clear phone, and it had a big old blue neon tube in it.
I gave one of those beige phones to Hackers for Charity this year at DerbyCon, but they weren't going to sell it till they got it online. And this is a question more for Charles than anybody else because he's I think he's the closest of age to me of anybody on the cast.
Yeah.
What was your main toys when you were a kid? My main ones were Transformers and G.I. Joes. He-Man folks.
Mine was Transformers, G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Silverhawks. Silverhawks, Bionic 6.
He-Man toys, a triple beam scale. Don't ask.
I had Etch and Sketch.
Etch Sketch I think goes longer term than all that. I think.
And I had My Buddy.
My Buddy.
Yeah, I did have My Buddy. I was scared of it though because of when Child's Play came out though, so my parents had to get rid of it.
You know what I got? I had books.
Who's that actor who played the character?
I had books too, but I can't.
I had like super metric shit tons of books.
Yeah, I had that Encyclopedia Britannica.
I had the one book that was like 4 or 5 inches thick. It was the Complete Works of H.G. Wells. All kinds of crazy sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
What's funny is I had Transformers and G.I. Joes growing up, and then I had big thing for me was Bionicle. Those were my shit.
I had Micronauts.
I bet you saw those.
That's some ancient shit right there.
And how could I forget about the wrestlers? The 1984 wrestlers like Hulk Hogan. I had Hulk Hogan. I had Nikolai Volkov, Roddy Piper, and I had Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
I vaguely
we just lost his ass recently.
I saw the ad. I didn't own them though. Like I said, most of the toys I owned were Transformers and G.I. Joes, but I remember the toys from a little bit from Silverhawks, a lot from He-Man.
Yeah,
and I remember you remember the Muscle series?
Yeah,
like these weird, like pink, wrestling toys.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because Ric Flair had one. Ric Flair was just part of it.
Like they were like Stretch Armstrong, all new with the WWF people in it.
Yeah, and also too. Well, the way I was able to get a lot of these toys, growing up, like my like every Saturday, it'd be me and my parents. Every Saturday, we go pick out a toy from Child World, or like it was like a knockoff KB toy store. So that was the ritual every Saturday. Was to go, you get to pick out one toy, and like if a movie was out, we go to a movie, or if nothing was going on, then we just walk around, and then I got to pick out one toy. So that's how I was able to accumulate a lot of these different toys, and of course find the different toys.
Yeah.
So
I got to admit, I didn't have a lot of toys. It was kind of hard times, family business stuff. But when I hit my late 20s, early 30s, I went on eBay and I bought all the toys I wanted as a kid.
Yeah.
You guys remember those mini cars?
I had a rack I called the Tower of Old School Power. And like I had like a ColecoVision and a Fairchild Channel F. and all the early game consoles. I had 12 of them.
You guys remember those mini cars?
Micro Machines.
Micro Machines.
Yeah,
Yes.
really
Yeah, the dude talked like stupid fast.
in the Transformers movie from 1986.
Blur.
He played Blur. Yes, I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he played Blur, and he could speak really fucking fast and fairly articulate. We can understand him while he was speaking fast.
So it was a couple of them that could speak fast. It was Blur, and then there was Willie. Willie could speak fast, and then the jump.
A particular gentleman who played Blur, who did the Micro Machines.
Oh, he was the one. Okay.
He also did FedEx ads.
I didn't know that.
I remember right.
Oh, nice.
And then on top of that, you know who else? I wonder who was the guy that played the Junkercon. He's like mini blonde. Like that's how he says it, like.
There was one of them who was part of the fucking Monty Python troupe, and another one that was, I think, Weird Al Yankovic. Shit, I need to look.
Really?
No, this was crazy.
Wait, it was the Junkions.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Because they had the song. Yeah, the Junkercons. Because they had a thing called "Dare to Be Stupid." Dare to Be Stupid.
Weird Al Yankovic did the song "Dare to Be Stupid."
Dare to Be Stupid.
One of the guys from the Junkions was part of the troupe that did Monty Python.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I'm up right now for you, man.
Nice.
Okay. Also, too, you know, remember,
Idol.
Okay. And remember the dude from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the father?
Yes.
He was Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No.
Yeah, that was his voice.
No.
Yeah, in the cartoon. Yeah.
Oh, that is sweet.
James Avery was Shredder.
You talk about that kind of voice. The guy who played Pantoro from Thundercats.
Mm-hmm.
That was Cliff Huxtable's stepdad.
Yep.
In the say it for me.
Cosby Show.
Yeah, the Cosby Show.
Yeah, Cosby Show. Now here's something else.
Hey Charles, check your DM when you get a minute.
Pantoro.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, I've seen there's been a couple of remakes of.
I'll check it in a few. I got her laid on me.
Thundercats, and apparently a lot of the remakes of Thundercats fucking suck.
It does.
Yes.
And I won't watch it. I won't support it. I'm sorry.
Have you heard about the remake of He-Man and She-Ra that they're doing?
I will not be supporting that either.
Oh no, it's great because this time when Adam transforms, he doesn't know if he turns into She-Ra or He-Man.
Oh wow.
AP, I'm not messing with you. AP, I'm not messing with you. I'll leave it alone.
Did you just?
The
one thing that always killed me about He-Man back in the day was that dude had a fucking sword.
Yeah.
Why is it that whenever he transformed into He-Man and he fought the different characters?
Skeletor.
No, it didn't matter who he was fighting. He always used wrestling moves, but he had the fucking sword.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
Fucking 80s TV where you can't kill anybody because the Transformers don't kill anything until the fucking movie, and the G.I. Joes.
G.I. Joe, man, you blow up an airplane with a nuclear missile and parachutes come out of it.
Hey, Serpentor was the guy. And Cobra Commander.
Nah, Snake.
G.I. Joe.
Cobra Commander was man.
Mm-hmm. And then again,
brought back for the movies was Peter Cullen because Peter Cullen had this great voice for Optimus Prime.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, the Baroness was you know.
But you know,
her Destro hooking up and then Cobra Commander calling in and cock blocking.
But you know what's so funny though? And this was years ago. I remember I used to watch Inspector Gadget.
Yes.
And I always wondered, and Penny was my favorite character. And
because she was blonde.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was that blonde that just took it over.
It was that book that hacked into everything.
Yes. and look, that book and the watch that she had to talk to Brain.
Yeah.
And what was crazy was like, look how many 30-something years ago we got the iPad.
Yeah.
and the iWatch and other types of watches. So I always think about that. And then also too, the same woman that played Penny on Inspector Gadget was also Elmira on Tiny Toon Adventures.
Oh yeah,
Cree Summer, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say she definitely wasn't Elvira.
Well, she did. Cree Summer did a lot of voices. I mean, she played what was it, Candy and Fallout, and I mean, yeah, she had a long history.
There was a cartoon in the mid 2000s of this very politically incorrect cartoon called Drawn Together, and Cree Summer played a Pussycats,
Foxy Brown,
yeah, black lady, and I think she also played a couple other characters, but it was always like very. It's not a show that could be made today.
Well, neither
come
Family
on,
Guy, but it's still on.
There's a
Look at
lot
the
of
question
shows.
we got today. I mean, like, have you seen Super Jail?
No.
Yeah. I've seen
Okay.
it.
You want to check out something? It's like taking drugs without taking drugs. it's this cartoon called Super Jail, and it basically is around this high security jail that's run by insane people. You know, like all the inmates are killing each other, and all the other people care about is sex. It's like an acid. It's like a literal bad acid trip of a cartoon.
No. Speaking of inmates killing each other, Whitey. Yep. Goodbye, Whitey.
Whitey Bulger, yeah, he died.
Oh yeah.
No, he didn't die. He got what he deserved. I'm sorry. You can't snitch. Go to fucking jail and expect everybody to give you a free motherfucking pass. Motherfuckers don't forget.
Have they proven? Have they proven that it was inmate on inmate yet?
Yes. It was.
I've been up for like more than 24 hours because of losing my fucking billfold. So I want to stop the cast at this point and leave the cast going for you all to talk. Well, I will stop the cast, but leave the screen and go. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I love you all in a mostly hetero way.
Mostly hetero.